que se gozarà a mantindre la tradició de escoltar els partits del València per la ràdio mentre esteu a Mestalla, vos recomanem l'opció de UB13 Media Radio. En el 92.6 de la FM, la ràdio oficial de Valencia Club de Futbol, amb la narració de Josep Rovira i els comentaris de Víctor Varela, Ricardo Arias i Miguel Ángel Bocio. A més, també podeu seguir el partit per la app de l'Emet i el canal de Twitch.
What a game to start the season, what a game to start the league. One of the most difficult stadiums of La Liga. Mestalla, Valencia, Barça, what a classic game in the league. First game of Hansi Flick's era, first game with the German coach on the bench. We will hope that today we will start with our first 3 points. We have to take a look to the lineup. It's very important because we have some surprises. We have 4 attacking players and we have 1 debut. Let's go with the lineup. The first one, the first official lineup with Hansi Flick on the bench. With our captain this season, after the departure, after Sergio Roberto left the club, our captain this season will be Marc-André ter Stegen, with 4 players at the back, with Alejandro Balde, 8 months since his injury in San Mamés. He was in the pre-season and today he's in the lineup as a left back, with Jules Koundé as a right back. Our centre backs today, Olympic gold medal in Paris, Pau Cubarsí with Íñigo Martínez. Take a look to the midfield. 2 holding midfielders. Marc Casado, important player in the pre-season, the player with most minutes in the pre-season. And next to him, Marc Bernal, his first official game with Barça, 17 years old. He was born in 2007, the same year as Pau Cubarsí and Lamine Yamal. And in front of them, maybe as an attacking midfielder, Rafinha in this position with Ferran Torres and Lamine Yamal in the wings. Robert Lewandowski will be our striker. Remember that Gundogan did not travel to Valencia due to the problems that he had in the Trofeu Joan Gamper in the second half, but we have good news because Pedri is on the bench. Maybe he can play some minutes in the second half. Just a few minutes to start the league. We have the FC Barcelona coach Hansi Flick. Hi, Mr. Flick. How are you?
Very good, thanks.
How are the feelings of the team and especially of you before your first official game in Barça bench? How are the feelings in the last minutes before you start the game?
No, I often have the situations, but here the stadium is unbelievable. It's really nice and beautiful, and we know that it's a special atmosphere here, also against Barcelona. But we are prepared about that. The players have a lot of experience about that, and so hopefully we are ready to start.
The last question, coach. You put Marc Bernal first official game with Barça, and of course 4 attacking players. So what kind of game do you expect? It's very clear what you want with this lineup.
No, it's like what we did in America. What we see in America. We in our idea of football, we like to press very high. We like the intensity in the match, and the players do it really well in the preseason. So also Marc Bernal and Marc Casado, both of them made a good job. So now they have to show it in the La Liga.
Thank you, coach, and good luck.
Thank you very much.
The words of Hansi Flick talking about Marc Bernal, official debut with Barça for this midfielder. Of course, words about Marc Casado, and the idea is the same as we saw during the pre-season attacking team.
Let's have a look.
No sound. No sound.
Go for it. Give me the correct answer.
Oh.
Alejandro Balde.
Wasn't expecting that.
A positive return, Alejandro Balde.
Yeah. Yeah, we're hoping for it.
He had a great season in the league winning season. His level of performance dipped a little bit last season.
He got
Had
hurt.
the injury,
Yeah.
got hurt.
Yeah.
And we're hoping for the best version of Alejandro Balde. And we have to embrace the Balde from here.
Yeah, we do.
Next one for Irati. Let's get the next guest player on the screen. There you go, Irati Vidal.
This one's not playing today.
This one, no, so neither this one nor the next.
I think it's Pedri.
I think it's Pedri.
Hard to disagree with that.
Right? Like the way he moves.
Mm-hmm.
Like the post tells me it's Pedri. Also the hair, because he has shaped the hair like in a special way.
He's got a new look now.
Yeah,
He's got a new haircut.
I think it's Pedri. I go with Pedri.
You're going with Pedri. Let's see if anyone's going with the correct answer. Lots of Pedris. I've got a Bernal in there, but it was Pau Victor.
Oh.
Look at that hair.
It
Look at him.
looked like
what a
Pedri,
pre-season, eh,
though.
Pau Victor? See if he
Yeah.
gets to some minutes in the second
Crazy.
half. How impressed have you been, guys, on the live chat with Pau Victor? We've been very impressed here. 3 goals. Could have been more. He had 1 disallowed in the last game against AC Milan.
We're gonna have to repeat this because we're all on mute right now. But
No. I think we're...
Are we back?
Are we okay? Live chat.
are we back?
Thumbs up if
Can you hear me?
if we're okay now for audio. Thumbs down if we're not. I think
Yeah,
we're
the-
okay. Can you thumbs up us, please? Thumb us up.
But if they
Carolina
don't-
says he is crazy good. Okay. Anyway,
You're all
Yes.
good now. Yes.
We're all
good.
Good to see everybody. Hi. Hello.
round of applause.
How's it going?
Okay,
We missed you.
we're all yeah. Woo. We're sorry, guys. We're all coming back from our holidays. Yeah.
Pre-season for
Pre-season,
everybody.
Yeah. Anyway, last guest to player, please. Who's that?
Asier Villa Libre.
It looks like he's got a big beard, yeah. Maybe a big neck.
He's not playing, he said.
Yeah,
Not a player who's not playing, but he's a first-team
Team
player.
player.
He's on the bench.
Then it might be.
Go on.
Tyreek has it correct. Nurkan has it correct.
I think it's.
Ayush
Pedri.
has it correct.
If it was not the other, it has to be this one. You got to insist until it's right.
Aline has it correct. Yamani official has it correct. Who else?
I can't read them
Yeah,
fast enough. They
no,
just keep moving.
They
just
go
keep-
so fast. I think it's Pedri.
You think it's Pedri?
Sure, why not?
Is it Pedri? It is.
Oh.
The first one.
There it is. There it is. Come on now.
Well, Pedri is not in the lineup, but it's great news that he's back in the squad. I mean,
We
he
need
was
a-
having such good Euros as well.
We need all
Yeah.
of the midfielders in the squad.
He was he was being the key midfielder in the Spanish national team, and until he got that injury, and I was scared like it cannot be possible an injury again, but he's back, so that's good news.
Right. Let's take a look again at the lineup, and here I will ask you the question that I was asking you at the beginning, but you couldn't hear what I was saying, guys. What are your thoughts on the lineup? Rate it from 1 to 10. I want to see a lot of 10s and 9s. Obviously, there are a lot of players out injured. Gavi's out, Frankie's out, Araujo's out, Dani Olmo's not in the squad list yet. Gundogan didn't make the squad list because of the injury he sustained in the Gamper. But with what we've got, do you like it? Do you like that pair of midfielders with Casado and Bernal? Let us know. Lineup: Ter Stegen, Koundé, Cubarsí, Íñigo, and Balde. Marc Casador and Bernal, Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, and Ferran. Lewandowski and Marc Brau is ready for us with his quiz. Marc,
Marc.
take it.
Is he playing too?
How are you? How are you? I just say hello because I don't have a lot of minutes. As you can see, everything things are the same as last year. Maybe I will try to talk a little bit slow, but it's impossible because I have only 6 minutes to go to my position. I can see that the summer it looks very, very good for you, Robert. It was time to you to come. It doesn't mind for you, of course, if Barça play in pre-season or not. But of course, we were here with Irati also explaining all the news of Barça coming from the United States. And I want to ask you also, as always, a little bit difficult questions. You played against the player, and remember that you can play with us in our live chat. And I have a special quiz for today, guys. I have special first La Liga game. So let's go with the quiz. I have 3 questions here, and the first it will be for you, Robert, as you are the main in the Barça Live. So I want to ask you, are you ready? Maybe it's so easy because you make a podcast in Barça One that we can follow called Barra Lliure. It's about the first games of La Liga. So who did Barça last win against in the first game of the season? Do you remember when was it? Was Rayo Vallecano, Villarreal, or Real Sociedad? What team Barça beat the last in the beginning of the league?
I do remember this because I remember where we did that show. It was the first in which fans were allowed back into the stadium after COVID. It was still the Camp Nou. That day, Martin Braithwaite scored 2 goals. Sergi Roberto scored 1 and Piqué scored another. None of those players are in the squad anymore.
Nope. Martin Braithwaite's in Brazil.
And the correct answer, Marc Brau, is Real Sociedad, 4-2.
You did your homework during the summer. Yes, it's the last one. It's Real Sociedad, as you said. And you also said the good scorers, Piqué, with the 2 goals of Martin Braithwaite, and the last one with Sergi Roberto. Remember that the last 2 games for starting the league was 2-0-0s against Getafe and against Rayo Vallecano. So, Spence, let's go with you, with the second one. It maybe can be the most difficult one for you, Spence, but I know that you like a lot the history. So, I want to know, there's only one time that Valencia-Barça was the first game of the league. Can you say when was it? Which year did Barça play the first game league in Valencia? It was in 1970, 1982, or 1994, Spence?
Were you
Let's
born
go. Come
for
on,
any of
some
them?
history for you.
Yes.
I was.
One of them.
Which year were you born?
93.
Oh, so you're
Barely alive.
Right.
Which is why I definitely remember clearly that it was
While you're talking,
1994.
I have to hide. I have to hide. I have to hide because of the water, guys.
Oh, we don't want him to get sprayed.
I don't want to be. Yeah, it was. But come on, Spence, give us this, the answer, please.
It's got to be
I know it's not easy.
1994. There's no other clear answer. It has to be.
1982 was the only time that Barça started the league here in Valencia. It was a defeat. It was a defeat. 2-1.
You know what it was?
Yeah, well, maybe he could know that because in the preview show, there's a lot of people talking about the first president.
I think that was Robert's first show that he was hosting.
It
was that 82 one in Valencia.
You know what it was, Marbrau? It was the first Diego Maradona goal for Barça.
Let me check.
See, he remembers.
Yeah, it was the first with Udo Lattek, yeah. So incredible homework did by Robert Baneka this summer. So the last one for you, Irati. And it's not easy also, the last one for you, Irati. So can you remember how many games played away in the last 15 years in the Liga? How many games Barça played away? 4, 5, or 6? A lot of times we played in Camp Nou, but in the last 15 years, how many times we played away?
So like match day 1, yeah? Last year,
Getafe. The Rayo game was in Vallecas.
Does this one count?
Last year was in Getafe, yes.
Does this one count, Marc?
It was.
Does today
4,
count?
5, and 6. No, this one do not count.
Okay.
Do not count.
I'm going to help you.
Today
so
do not count.
There's
I need that
Getafe.
help.
There's the Athletic Club Aduriz bicycle kick.
Oh, yeah. I go 4.
Okay.
Is it 4?
You got 4, and it's a good option because I have to run and I have to give my secret numbers. That yes, 4 games away in the last 15 years. So it's a great option. I have to say that I'm so sorry for you, Spence, because you got the most difficult one, and it was my intention. It was not my intention just to put as difficult one in the first day.
That's all
I have
right.
to go to the position, but of course, in this season, I have also my secret numbers today. Very difficult ones, because the first one, I don't know if Georgie Cochran has the numbers, but my secret numbers for tonight's game are number 0, number 59, and number 6. You can think about it. I only have a minute just to explain these numbers are. Maybe in the chat you can put what are your thinkings about these numbers can be, and these numbers can have relations with tonight's game. The first one is so easy if you follow all this preview show. 0, it's the number of goals scored by Barça in the last 2 seasons. 0-0 against Rayo and 0-0 against Getafe. So we hope that today it won't be the 3rd game in a row without scoring the first game of the league. 59, I think it's a great number because it's number of goals scored by Robert Lewandowski. Remember, last time we won here in Valencia, it was in minute 93, in the added time with a goal by Robert Lewandowski. If he scores today, he will reach 60 goals. And the last one, 6, is the number of possible debuts today of Barça players. We have 1, Marc Bernal. Maybe we can have more, for example, Pau Victor in the second half. So we expect for 2 young players to play today their first game with Barça. So these are my secret numbers, Robert. As you can see, I also did my homework during my holiday, so I have to go to my position. So
before you leave, guess the score.
1-0 for Barça.
There you go.
1-0 for Barça. 1-0 for Barça with suffering a lot. We will suffer a lot today, but 1-0 for Barça. 1-0 for Barça.
Right, good.
Bye.
Thank you, Mark. See you in a bit. Right, a lot of information there given to us by Marbrau. I do hope this does not end like in the last 2 seasons. We do not want a 0-0.
That would be... Well, we'd be used to it at this point, to start the season. That's the only way that we know how to start the season, when the 3 of us are sitting here.
Yeah, true.
Really?
Yeah. I mean...
Okay, let's hope it's not that way.
Maybe it's us.
Optimism. Guys, on the live chat, give us your predictions, your score predictions for tonight. Madra went for a 1-0. I'm making that, I'm doubling that. I'm going 2-0. 2-0 for Barça. And I'll think about my scorers later on. Spencer Siegel.
I am going tonight for a 2-1 to Barça.
2-1 to Barça.
I think there are goals in this one. Just gotta watch out for Valencia because they're sneaky. They've got some goal scorers, so I'm thinking that we get a goal on an assist from Marc Casado.
Oh wow!
And then after that, you know, whatever happens, happens.
I go same result, like Spencer didn't guess anything, so he just had to copy me this year. So I go 2-1, and I think Lamine is going to score, also Pau Victor in the second half.
I find it funny that we still haven't got a picture of Madbrau when he's worked here for over 10 years. But yeah, we'll have to get that sorted.
We're actually keeping track this year, right?
We can. Do you want to write it down?
I do.
Yeah.
Don't we have a chalkboard or something around here?
I have an extra card here somewhere.
I mean, I just mean when we have winners.
Yeah.
All right, I'm on it.
Yours.
I'm on it.
Right, 2-0. I'm going Lewandowski because he's got a good scoring streak against Valencia. He scored a hat-trick in the last game at Montjuic. He also scored a late winner against them a couple of seasons ago. I'm going to go Pau Victor. Second half.
He has it.
He has it.
Yeah.
He definitely has it. So, shall we take, before the players get onto the pitch, one last look at the lineups? We'll do both teams. We'll go Barça and we'll go Valencia. For Barça, this is the lineup on our screens, right underneath me here. Give it a rating from 1 to 10, and I'll be reading some of your comments out now. Ter Stegen in goal, Koundé, Cubarsí, Íñigo and Balde. We've got Casado and Bernal in midfield, La Masia in midfield. 3 attacking midfielders, Lamine on the right, Ferran on the left, Rafinha in the middle, Lewandowski up front. Rate that from 1 to 10, taking into account, of course, those absences because of injuries that we have got. No Gavi, no Frenkie de Jong, no Gundogan, no Dani Olmo, who wasn't fit enough to play. Who else am I missing? No Araujo. Those are the absences for Barca today. Yeah, Gavi, of course. And yeah, give us your rating or what you would have done different. Who would you have liked to see? And I'll read out some of your comments. In the meantime, let's just, because we forgot before, take a look at Valencia. lineup. They've had a tumultuous pre-season as well. Mamardashvili in goal, maybe for the last time for them, who knows. Thierry Correa, Mosquera, Yarek and Vázquez at the back, with Javi Guerra and Pepelu in midfield. Rafa Mir on the right, Diego Lopez on the left, Almeida and Hugo Duro up front. And I was saying, Valencia is always a tough place to play at, but they've got all sorts going on there within their squad. They haven't been able to really bring in new players other than a couple of loans. There's rumours about some sales as well. So Baraja's having a tough time. And
you know what? Honestly, for the time being, what we're looking at right now on the screen, that's a good squad, and it's a squad that's growing because they've been together now for 2 or 3 consecutive years, especially Diego Lopez, who came on late a couple of years ago. The same can be said about Hugo Duro, Javi Guerra. If they stay here this year, I truly think that this is going to be your European dark horse. I think they can make it inside the top 7. But Mamardashvili might be on his way out. Javi Guerra is getting interest from teams like Real Sociedad and Girona. It's interesting.
I think it's a team that has been growing. That 3-4 years ago, it was in a really bad position. With Baraja as a head coach, they have been growing because they have put academy players. He did the same that Barça is doing now, and with the academy players, they have grown. But I think it all will depend if they end up selling half of the team or not before the market closes.
You can argue, you can make the comparison between Valencia and Sevilla. Right? They both chose to go in 2 different directions. Valencia went with the youth players, and Sevilla just tried to patch it with other older players, and it didn't quite work out that way. I'd rather be Valencia if it were me.
Right, a few comments from our live chat. Pakistan Ball says, where is Olmo? Well, Hansi Flick said yesterday in the press conference that he's not had enough time to train with the team, so he's not available for today. Hopefully for next weekend he will be fine. Monster Gaming says 3-1. I'm hoping that is for Barça. Samira says Visca al Barça. Visca. Virginia says Fermin. Of course, Fermin has been given an extra week of rest because he went to the Euros and he went to the Olympic Games. What a summer, hey, for Fermin.
Yeah.
2 gold medals.
Fermin over everybody else, huh? I'm just saying this right now. He is my #1 Barca player this year, and you're not going to change my mind.
What's his name? Oh my God, it's
Sean. Oh my God,
Sean.
it's Sean. Oh my God, Sean.
It's 3 a.m. in the Philippines,
up, buddy?
but I'm here. Barca. 3 a.m. in the Philippines. Nice.
Crazy.
Nice commitment.
That's why we're all surprised.
Ayan says, I would have changed Alex Valle for Koundé, put Koundé in the place of Inigo. Interesting. Alex Valle has been used quite a bit in the pre-season. King says, we have Pedri, second half. Hansi Flick said that yesterday. And before the game starts, there will be a minute of silence for all the Valencianistas who are no longer with us, with the people at Mestalla. So a respectful minute of silence there. In the meantime, a couple of more comments. APIF 54 Gaming. Let's go, Hansi Flick. A few Barca hearts and one more comment. Let me see. What good I've got here. Saida says 1-0. 1-0 for Barca.
I also see, where is Gavi? We got to be patient. He's still hurt.
He's not coming back.
Until November.
He tore his ACL.
They said November. I mean, could be October maybe, but
around.
Hansi Flick said yesterday he's happy to see him with the team, but hey, patience. And I'm all for that.
I think if it would be for Gavi, he would be already playing.
Oh, yes. Gavi would have been playing the week after.
Yeah, could you imagine?
Yeah. Right, here we go. Ready for the new season?
New season, let's go. Come on. Come on.
Hi guys.
Bravo, go for it.
How are you? How are you guys? I'm just in the position. I'm sure that I'm a little bit more relaxed than the last connection. But you have to know that I only have until 5 minutes to start the game just to explain all the data that I have. And after
that is
3 months without the league, as you can imagine, I have a lot of words to say. I have a lot of thoughts to share with you. So it's maybe one of the reasons because I had to go very quickly. The game started, and I have to explain that the atmosphere is incredible. The stadium is full. It can be some strange because we are just in the middle of August, and in Spain, all the people take the holidays in that days. But it's very full, the stadium. As we can see also that Hansi Flick is just outside of the bench, and it's new because in the other games in the precision, he always started in the bench talking with their assistants. But today, since the first second, he's just in front of the technical part.
Right, well, first actions of the game, first touches for Barça, trying to build from the back through Alejandro Valde. Barça playing from right to left on our screens, playing in the Señera kit, the yellow one with the red stripes. Valencia, of course, playing in their white and black shorts.
That's what I was saying, the Señera kit. Is that a different one from last year?
I think there's a slight change in it.
Is there? Because it looks the same to me. I didn't realize.
Well, definitely in the logo, right? Right, long ball played forward for Ferran Torres, who's playing down the middle. Barça could have something going here. Ferran Torres on the edge of the box, shot blocked. Another opportunity on the rebound. Rafinha on the right. Rafinha inside cross, headed away by Yarek. And Barça on the front foot right from the beginning. Now it's offside.
It's a good way to start.
Yeah.
Off the run.
To start. Well, I mean, since Barça have started like in attack mode right from the get-go, maybe it's a good moment to ask the question: who will be the first scorer for Barça in tonight's game? I'm going to have to go Lewandowski because I said Lewandowski and Pau Victor were scoring, and Pau Victor is not on the pitch right now. So Lewandowski is my first scorer. Who's yours?
I was going to take Rafinha.
You were going to say Rafinha, who's not in the three. Just typical Spence.
Yeah.
Typical Spence. Irati?
I think it's time to talk about Lamine era. So I go for
There you go. In the last season jersey.
Yeah, with another number.
With the 27.
Yeah.
With the 27. You're one of the.
I bought it just for
exactly.
that.
Yeah. I thought about it because it's like
Messi
wouldn't I like
30.
to have a Messi 30 jersey now?
Would you?
Of course I would.
Yeah.
I would. And a 19 one. And then a 10.
Right.
Like I think those Lamine Yamal 27 jerseys are going to have good value.
Indeed, I have to say
sentimental as well.
I had to go to like 10 Barça different stores because everything was run out. They didn't have letters to do Lamine Yamal name.
Oh.
It was crazy.
Did you see the one? There was one player, I don't remember which team he plays on, where they did the letters and it went all the way around the number.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Neither of you saw that. I don't. I'm gonna have to look it up. It was some name that was so long that they literally just made a circle
around the around the number. Right, Marc Casado is down on the ground.
3 marks in this one.
Yeah, he's down on the ground. He was laying on the pitch, but maybe he has some problems with one of the defenders of Valencia, but he's ready now to play. Remember, that is just the third La Liga game for Marc Casado. We were talking about Marc Bernal because it's his debut. Marc Casado, as we said in the previous show, is the player with most minutes in the preseason. But remember that Marc Casado, before this preseason, only played 4 games with Barça, and we have to say that he only played 13 minutes in La Liga. So today is the third game in La Liga for Marc Casado.
Marc, we were asking who will the first scorer for Barça be in this game? Who do you think? Marc Brau, first scorer for Barça in this game.
Sorry, Robert, I had some problems with the listen. Can you repeat, please? Can you say again the question, please?
Yeah, no problem. Who will be the first scorer for Barça in this game? Who will score the first goal?
Okay, the easiest one. It's very full, the stadium. I will go with Lewandowski because I said in my secret numbers that he's just 1 goal to reach the 60 goals with Barça, and I have to think that it's a number that we have to put on the debate because it's important for him. 59 goals scored in 2 seasons. I think that they are good numbers for him.
I'm reading here Hubertok saying Lewandowski, Álvaro said Lamine Yamal, cada día te quiero más. That's one of the hits of the summer, wasn't it? Espoir 123 says show the game. We can't. You should know this by now. It's our 8th season. We can't do it. Alia, Lewandowski. I want to hear we pop the net like Lewandowski today.
Maybe if he scores.
Taran Krishna says 2, which was Lamine Yamal, right? Who else? Angel Mendoza says Lewandowski for the first goal. Who else? A couple more comments. Machine,
We've
says
got it.
Lamine Yamal. Here we go,
Oh,
here
look
we
out.
go. An opportunity for Barca on the right-hand side. Lamine
it.
Yamal, Lamine trying to get open. The shot takes a deflection. It'll be a corner kick for
It
Barca,
is.
and that is the first corner kick, Marc Brau.
First corner kick for Barça, and we have to say that in the first 5 minutes of the game, Barça is playing all the time in part of Valencia's field. Hansi Flick said in our previous interview that we want to press very high, and we see this pressure in the field. So first corner.
I'm going to let this corner pass. Incoming cross by Ferran Torres. The ball's still alive. Casador's going to pick it up on the edge of the box as Valencia try to clear. And here comes a long-range shot by Balde.
Whee!
Wow.
Wow. Balde.
Okay. All right, I
Long
see
range.
You
you.
gotta try, yeah.
Save
I see
there
you,
by
Balde.
Mamardashvili.
Embracing the Balde. I like that.
First shot on target for Barca. It was Alejandro Balde from quite some range. Saved comfortably by Mamardashvili. I was going to make a bold prediction for this game. I was feeling it, and then all of a sudden I predicted a Lewandowski goal. I was thinking corner kick goal, either Cubarsí or Íñigo.
I see more Inigo there.
Has
Yeah.
Íñigo scored a goal for Barca, bro? I can't remember last season.
I think yes.
Did he score
No,
one?
no. He hit the post. He hit the post in the Clásico in Montjuic. Do you remember that? It
Yeah.
was with 1-0 for Barca after the goal of Gundogan in the second half. He hit the post, but he didn't score a goal last season, so maybe he can be the first goal for Barca. I remember a lot of goals of Íñigo Martínez scored against Barca when he was playing in Athletic de Bilbao.
I thought he had scored.
No, so neither Cubarsí nor Íñigo have
it's-
scored for Barca.
This was what I was talking about.
Oh,
But remember that last game played against Valencia, it was in Spotify Camp Nou. Maybe we remember that game. We remember a lot of rainy day, and that you had to go out to.
oh
move
yeah,
the
that
car.
was the,
Robert, do you remember that day?
the day we had to go and retrieve our cars.
Which game
Yeah,
was
it
that?
was the last game played
Barça
against
Valencia.
Valencia. It was a Monday. It was a Monday. So that day, Lewandowski scored a hat-trick, and two of their goals were after a corner.
Yeah.
So maybe it can be good feelings for today.
And one was the free kick, which
Yes.
ended the drought.
Yes. Did it? Was that the
Oh
official?
no, it didn't end. No,
But-
Ferran
but-
Torres ended it at
yeah.
the beginning of the season, but then
Yeah.
it was like, we didn't score any others. Bernal under pressure. Bernal pushed down. Free kick in favour of Barça. Right, Irati mentioned it, and Brau, I'm going to give you some homework. Is this the game in Barca's history with the most marks on the pitch? We've got Marc Casador, Marc Bernal, and
Marc
Marc
Brau.
Ter Stegen, and Marc
And
Brau
Marc
on the
Brau,
sideline.
four.
Yeah, but
I count. It was the last question. I count.
no, players on the pitch, three
Maybe
marks. Must be one of the.
It can be. It can be because I don't remember a lot of marks in Barca. So it can be. It can be. I have to do the homework, but I have to say that maybe you will have to wait until the next
thought
game
you
because
knew
I have to
everything.
search for a lot of games. yeah. Almost everything.
Almost everything. I'm trying to think of marks in Barca. Mark Hughes in the 80s, but he didn't play with
I
any
don't have
other.
memory
We had a
for
Marcos.
that.
We had Marcos Alonso,
Yeah.
father
but,
and son.
but 3 marks at one time.
Three
that's-
marks at
Barca,
one
I
time. I
remember.
mean,
That's brand new.
that's an overload of marks.
And 3 underage kids also.
At 3 underage kids, yeah. Well, we're more used to that.
Yeah.
We're more used to having 3 underage
But
kids on the
3?
pitch. Bernal, Cubarsí, and Lamine.
Cubarsí
They're
and Lamine have. It feels like they've been here forever.
Well, they haven't.
You know.
Or they've been here since they were like 15.
Lamine made his debut like at the end of
16,
2 seasons ago.
Marc Brau, one of the many marks on at Mestalla today.
I'm listening.
I was just seeing an image of Ter Stegen wearing the captain's armband. Ter Stegen has been picked first captain, and you spoke to him about that a few days ago. So what were your feelings like with his response? What did you think that how he felt about that responsibility?
Yeah, after the camper, we talked with him. It was the first time that he had to talk as a captain, just in the preview show. And I have two things to say. The first was the word that he used to refer as him as a captain. It was the responsibility that he has just to know to be the captain of the team after 10 seasons in Barça. And the other one, it was the answer that he gave us just to the first question. That was, was it an accident what happened today against Monaco? And the first sentence that he said was, I hope so. So it's a captain message, isn't it?
Well, we all hope so. We all hope so. I was going to ask our audience on the live chat. Marc-Andre ter Stegen, first captain. Rate him. Rate the decision. Is he a 5-star captain? From 1 to 5 stars. I'm going 5 stars. I mean, we always knew that it was probably his destiny to become a captain. From 1 to 5 stars, Marc-Andre ter Stegen as captain. How much do you like that?
I love it. Realistically, who else are you giving the captaincy to if it wasn't him? If he just hypothetically wasn't in the picture on this team, who do you give it to?
I'm going to 5-star this on the live chat.
I think it was about time.
With the star emojis, come on guys, not the number. Careful because Valencia are attacking. Hugo Duro on the left thing, coming cross, which almost met a shooter inside the box. And Barca will clear from behind. Where is the star emoji?
Rafa Mir was the man in the middle there.
1, 2, 3.
Do you know
4,
that
5.
Rafa Mir played with Barça? Do you know that?
Did?
In Barça B, right?
That Rafa Mir played
Barça B.
in La Masia.
Rafa Mir?
No, in Barça B, no. He only played,
No?
between 12 and 14 years old. In Spain, we call it infantil, just under 12 or between under 12 and under 14 years old. He played with Barça. Yeah, Rafa Mir in La Masia.
I really liked him, especially when he was at Huesca. I thought he was going to be the next big thing, and maybe a change of scenery is good for him.
Yeah, he went to Sevilla and didn't have like the best of lucks, and he wasn't like, didn't have like enough of a consistent run there, did he? But yeah, we'll see. He's definitely a talented player and a proven goal scorer. Comments here. Ishan going 4 stars. Benzi going 4 stars. Who else? Branco is going 3-4. Bogdan's going no Araujo. No, he's injured. He got injured in Copa America. Who else? Barney going 5 stars as Valencia are going on the attack here. The ball into the middle, Pepelu out wide for Thierry Correa. That's a long ball. Can Thierry get there? Yes. Valde coming out to defend. Valencia in possession, trying to create here. The cross blocked by Casado. Anti going 5 stars. Feel Good Invest going 5 stars. Axeli going 4 stars. Alia going 5 stars. Kunal going 5 stars. ter Stegen, definitely a 5-star captain. And as we were saying, it just feels natural. It was the next step.
I like that you just sort of established a system, a rating system out of almost nothing and said, we're going 1 to 5 stars. Look out.
Careful. Here, another opportunity for Valencia, and the clearance by Íñigo Martínez just misses ter Stegen's goal. It was Andrea Almeida making the run inside.
That was almost another own goal. We've seen several own goals on match day 1 already. 3. 2 last night, Sevilla Las Palmas. And a keeper own goal earlier today for Leganés. That, oof.
It was actually Cubarsí who cleared. I thought it was Íñigo. And now Barca will have to defend the first corner kick. A set-piece specialist, Pepelu, about to swing the ball inside. Incoming cross, the header! Over the crossbar.
That was close.
First warning there from Valencia was Hugo Duro. And after a few good minutes from Barca at the start, Valencia seemed to be gaining a bit of momentum here.
Yeah, this team's tough, man, especially at home. They're very, very solid. They do all the little things well, which they didn't do several years ago. That's why they were in that relegation scrap.
Also, they know each other, and you can see those connections that in the end work. And that's why I thought it was important to have both Marc Casado, Marc Bernal there in the midfield, because they know each other, they know how to play together. What I've been liking the most this far from Barça is the high pressure that the team puts when they lose the ball. Is one of the keys of Hansi Flick's game. He has repeated and repeated and repeated. And I think it can be key this season, because if I remember the last big Barça, and if we all remember the Barça of Guardiola, half of the game was high pressing.
No, and recovering quickly in the opponent's half, and not allowing them to build, creating quick opportunities, which Barca haven't really been able to do here yet. But hey, I always say, game one, I'm happy to see the team being relatively solid, not giving away opportunities, and things like creating opportunities, that will come.
Yeah, that's how you get 2 0-0s in the last 2 years to start the season. Because most of these teams...
We have to remember that last season it had to be 1-0 for Barca. Maybe if we got the penalty
maybe,
that
it could have been.
we did not concede. Yeah, Robert, it's wrong one, but we have to explain it that last season, the first game...
oh, no, I'm just saying we could have missed the obvious penalty that we were robbed of. We could have missed it. Anyway, the shot by Rafa Mir's block.
Yeah.
I think
what I want to say, I have a question for you. Sorry, Rati.
No,
you
go
said
on,
that
go on.
I have a homework to do with the 3 marks on the pitch. I think it's the first time, yes. I think it's the first time, so...
Careful here, inside pass, Valencia attacking. Cubarsí comes across to Stegen saves. Right, sorry, Marc, go.
But no, it's good that Cubarsí did that, but I have a question for you, and also you can put it on the chat if you want. So, do you remember what were you doing in 2007? In 2007, what were you doing?
I was studying
This is
journalism.
important to know, because this is the first time. That 3 players born in 2007 are playing. Cubarsí, Lamine Yamal, and Marc Bernal. So, if you want to put in the chat, what were you doing in 2007? I was finishing the school. It was my first year in university. So when at that time, Bernal, Lamine Yamal, and Cubarsí were born. So this is a fact and a good stat. We have to think about it. So
I like the question. Live chat. What were you doing and where were you living in 2007? How old were you in 2007?
And if you weren't born yet, give us a negative number of years.
That's where I was going. What I'm scared of is that someone is going to say I wasn't even born.
No, not someone. Many people.
Many people are going to say I wasn't even born.
That's okay.
Don't troll us. Be sincere. I was in 2007, 19, about to turn 20. I was studying journalism. I was in the 3rd year of my university degree.
And
supporting Barca.
You were here in Barcelona too.
No, I was living
Careful,
at
Rafinha on the edge of the box. The shot by Rafinha, saved by Mamardashvili. A good chance there for Barca. Rafinha with the left-footed strike. Barca winning it back again through Koundé. And here is Casado.
I like Rafinha in that spot.
I like Rafinha as well.
That's where he's supposed to be playing, I think.
And he's got just such a powerful shot from
that'll work.
The edge of the box.
Hold on.
Valde through to Ferran Torres, the back pass, which is cleared away by the Valencia defence. Who's going to win that challenge? Is it going to be Valde? Valde going down. Was he fouled? No. And now Íñigo has to hang on to Hugo.
I'm just in front of the action. I'm just in front of, and Valde was very close for our camera, and I listened him to say, "Madre mía, madre mía," and he was saying to the referee that he got something in the ankle. He's recovering now, but I cannot say if it's full or not.
I have a question for Marc, because there is new referee rules this season, and only the captain can protest to the referee, and if the captain is a goalkeeper, the team has to choose another one. Do you know who is that one in Barca? Because the captain is the goalkeeper. No. Like, who is the player that Barca has chosen to protest?
Yeah, it's a good question. I didn't know. I do not know which player will talk with the referee. I have to look. I have to look at the pitch if something happens. This was one of the questions that were made yesterday to Hansi Flick in the press conference. But for the moment, I didn't see nothing. But it's a good question. I'm going to take a look about this because, of course, as you said, only the captain can speak with the referee. But of course, if things are happening in the other part of the field, the goalkeeper is very far. So I will take a look.
Okay.
And we have the answer we were fearing. MD Motive. I wasn't born.
Yeah, we knew that. There's no surprise.
So he's 16, 15, 14.
Bernard Gian going, I was in high school. Which high school? Where? Which country? Which city?
Yeah, that's what I was going to give you a 2007 freshman year, New Trier High School, north suburbs of Chicago, Wilmette, Illinois. Let's go.
And little did you know you would be supporting Barca 17 years later.
You tell 13, 14-year-old me.
I think I was not even in high school. I was 12. So that's not high school.
Like,
That's
well,
cool.
first
You're
year
the
maybe.
baby of this group
Yeah.
right here, that's for sure.
Alia, I was 7 years old, living where I live now, just in the 3rd grade, I
That means
believe.
Slovenia?
Slovenia, yes. Let me see if I can find one more. And someone says, Lisbeth Devok says, I was -5. Well,
Hey, look.
hey, wait a minute. An opportunity here for Valencia to stay and
what
has to
a
clear
save.
off the line.
Get the ball away, please.
Well,
Thank
see
you.
with the clearance, and that will be a Barca throw-in.
What a save.
Ter Stegen had to react there. Let's see. The ball went off of Kubarasi.
Airlines again.
Ooh, that was not easy. My God.
So
Another
it's a
near
back
own
pass
goal.
by Diego Lopez. It goes off of Kubarasi. Ter Stegen has to dive backwards to clear the ball away. Right, a bit of a scare there, but Barca are in possession. 21 minutes and a half. Almost midway through the first half. I have to say, there have been some positive glimpses, but Valencia have had their chances as well, but I can't say I dislike what we're seeing.
No, this looks an awful lot like a match day one type of performance from both teams. They're both doing some of the little things right. Looks like we've got a foul going in Valencia's direction. They get a free kick. Because this is what the preseason does. It gets you ready to play this game, but not fully.
Also, it was like a weird preseason because you got a new head coach, new staff, and all the players are away because, I mean, Hansi Flick has prepared this without the Euro Cup players, without the Olympic players, and it has been just...
I have to say, this feels like it has to be the worst summer in that sense, in the sense that, look, we played the Gamper the other day with like 5 first-team players on the pitch.
So,
and obviously we have a shorter squad. Maybe new players are going to come in, maybe not, we don't know. But yeah, just with the injuries, the players who've been out because of the Euros, there's just so many absences at the beginning of the season, and let's hope that there's not another one here now. Balde, crashing into Thierry Correa with the aerial challenge, and feels like a bit of a dead leg situation here for Balde. He should be fine, right, Marc Brau?
that was tough.
Well, for the moment, he's in a pain. He's in pain. I don't know if the Valencia player did it just in the way to make a fall for Balde, but for the moment, Balde is just laying on the field, and it seems that he's in pain. It's not a cooling break, but most of the players on the pitch are going next to the bench just to drink some water, just to recover some forces. But for the moment, the referee is talking with the doctor. Balde is up right now with pain, of course. He has to go outside. He has to go out of the pitch. But it seems that he's in pain. It has to be a very
Well, he seemed in clear
painful
pain there.
touch. I don't know if you.
But is this...
Yeah, I don't know if you see it on the screen. But in Spanish, we say in that kind of actions a bocadillo.
Yeah.
When the enemy or the other player put a knee in that part of the.
It wasn't the knee. It was
Balde
actually the
player.
shoulder. It was actually the shoulder of Thierry Correa's. Balde leapt up.
Yeah.
Thierry Correa stayed down, and
Yeah.
Balde sort of crashed into him.
And Correa knew exactly what he was doing too. He just
wait. I mean,
Yeah, this is what I
bracing
want
for
to say,
impact.
Spence.
Oh, Carlos Soler.
This is what I
in
want to say.
attendance.
You can see Hansi Flick also during that little
Paris
injury
Saint-Germain player.
timeout giving advice to Casado, to Kubarsi, and I think it's easy to forget that there is a language barrier that they have to
Yeah.
work
Yeah,
through right
But
now.
they're kids. They probably are studying English.
Of
at high
course.
school.
No, yeah, not to say that it's
Yeah.
impossible. The message gets across, but it's a lot different when Xavi's talking to you in Catalan rather
Yeah,
than
of
you know
course.
Hansi in English.
Of course.
Long ball played by Valencia. Koundé should have that covered, but Diego Lopez gets there first. Diego Lopez through the legs of Koundé, who manages to get the ball to Bernal. Now Barca will play from behind. Here's Lamine Yamal. We need to see a little bit more of Lamine Yamal. We saw a bit of him at
Yeah.
the beginning.
But he hasn't participated, but to be fair, he hasn't received any proper ball.
Here's Rafinha. Rafinha looking for the long run of Balde, who is probably still recovering from that left leg.
Like Barca,
Injury.
this far, Barca is moving all the ball like more through Balde's zone than
Yeah.
to Lamine's zone, and that thing is affecting that we are barely seeing Lamine.
It was a very active start from Barca. Now the team struggling just a little bit more here to keep possession and be threatening. Marc, Hansi Flick, one of the things that he said in his pre-season interview with us on Barca 1, which was very interesting, is I want my players to be active. I want my players, when they don't have the ball, to be doing something, to be menacing. Careful here, a long ball into the box for Rafinha, who couldn't bring it down on his chest. But high press and being active was something that Hansi Flick was definitely very obsessed
Oh.
with.
That'll work.
Yellow.
That's fine. It's a
Now
foul. No, it's a
on
foul. But it's a free
Lamine
kick.
Yamal.
Yeah,
Nice
foul,
little
it's
set
foul.
piece.
It's foul for Lamine Yamal.
It's not
Yeah, it's
yellow?
interesting what you are saying, Robert. As we listened in the interview that you had with him in July, and for the moment we saw Hansi Flick quiet in the bench zone. But it's important what you're saying, because one of the things that I'm seeing from Hansi Flick's gestures is that he's shaking the hands a lot of times, talking to the players to go up. So do you know the gesture with the
Yeah,
with
yeah,
the
go-
hand to
just
say go
right.
up, go up, go
Up,
in front
up, yeah.
of, go up. This is the what Hansi Flick has done the most during this first half.
Right, here, a set-piece opportunity for Barca. Incoming cross. Up in the air, the header by Pau Kubarsi.
Ah, there you go. You almost had yours.
Yeah.
Well, to
Yeah.
say I almost had it is
I'm just saying he got his head
a
to it.
wild overstatement. But yeah, he got his head to it, and the ball went
Out of the
like-
three of us here, in terms of being in regular season form and mid-season form already, you already recited the final score and goal scorers of the Barça Real Sociedad opening match from 3 years ago.
I
So,
have to say though, I do feel like I'm still in like pre-season mode. I'm a little bit rusty. I'm feeling rusty. My words aren't coming out as fluidly.
are you
as I
still
would've-
jet lagged?
No, jet lag, no. But I did only get back from my summer holidays on Tuesday. So I've had little time to prepare.
It was time, Robert. It was
about
time to
time.
come.
Yeah.
It was about time. I missed the Gamper, which was not that
you didn't
bad.
miss much.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
You missed fun. You missed a fun time with your friends, but
Yeah, I've had fun other ways. But yeah, I have to say I'm feeling a bit rusty still.
did you guys go anywhere cool for the summer?
Yes, I did.
I know you.
When?
I know you did.
I visited the beautiful countries of Egypt and Sri Lanka. Let
Wow.
me know on the live chat if
Was
there is
it
anyone
warm
from Egypt
in-
or Sri Lanka. Let me know. Say hi. Say I am from Egypt or I am from Sri Lanka. Let me know.
I visit Albania, Greece, Romania,
How
and
fancy.
Serbia.
Wow.
Probably some there in the live chat also.
Raise your hands if you are from the countries that Irati just recited. Albania, Greece.
Albania, Greece, Serbia, and Romania.
Okay. Do we have anyone from any of those 4 countries watching us right now? Maybe who saw Irati just cross the street?
It's a basketball-rich country right
Yeah.
there.
If they saw me across the street in Egypt, I mean, it's a miracle that I'm still alive. Traffic there is crazy now.
Is it?
And
Yeah.
wasn't it crazy warm
Cooling break
there?
time.
Oh, Luke says I am from Egypt. You, Spence, you went back to your home country, right?
I went to the U.S. I went to Madrid, and I went to Marseille. A little bit of France for the Olympics.
Oh! What did you go and see?
U.S. versus France football, the opening game of the Olympics, and then U.S. men versus New Zealand football.
Oh, okay. Was that fun?
Didn't want to go to Paris. There was
too much.
Too much.
And Brau, while we're on it, and there's a cooling break, so there's nothing else to talk about. Where did you go, Brau? Oh, you went to Switzerland, right?
Yeah, great time to talk about holidays in the cooling break. Yeah, I was in Switzerland, but it was long time ago. It was the Euros. But I have to say that in Switzerland, I watched that game between Spain and Germany, and of course the game between England and Switzerland in Switzerland. And it was a pity that Switzerland lost. I watched that games in Lausanne. It's a beautiful city. I was there because my wife is from Switzerland, but I was also took holidays. And I have to say that I didn't go to the Olympics, but I went to the Olympic Museum in Lausanne. It's not the same, but it was also beautiful to be there in Lausanne in the Olympic Museum. And of course, it wasn't my holidays, but I was in Spencer's country, in the Spence country, because I went to the United States with Barça Summer Tour. We visited interesting cities. We were in Orlando, we were also in Manhattan, and we spent most of the time in Annapolis, as Irati knows, because she was there just presenting the Barça news and explaining what is the city. It's not very known. Annapolis is close from Washington and close from Baltimore. Right. It's the capital of Maryland, and it's very, very interesting. It was where there was the Navy Academy. It was the place that Barça was the most of the time in the pre-season. So it was also beautiful to visit that east coast of the United States, but working, not holidays.
Well, it's not the same.
Yeah, exactly. The cooling break is over. Terminator Edit says, I am from Egypt. I choose to believe you.
This is a good time to do the where are you watching this from, because everyone's saying where they're from.
Sajid says, I'm from Sri Lanka. I fell in love with your country, Sajid. Sebastian Gabriel says, I'm from Philippines. And Hansa Bandara says, hi, I'm from Sri Lanka. Kudos to your country. I loved it. I loved it.
Favorite Sri Lankan food?
Well, you've got all the curries, but like the curries are amazing. And we actually did a cooking class and learned how to cook them. But there was another dish which was very nice, which is the kottu, which is like all like chopped up vegetables with chopped up like kind of like a pancake texture. And you can have seafood with it, you can have chicken with it, whatever. Very nice, very nice.
I'm a
and
fan.
all spiced up, of course. So yeah, okay, you said it was a nice, great moment to do the where are you from? Where are you from? Where are you watching us from? Where are you supporting Barca from? What time is it? Where you're watching us from? Give us some flags on the live chat. We like to see the flags. Here is Balde. On the right-hand side, Balde making some progress. Balde inside, cross block. We have another corner kick. Let's see if the cooling break has helped here.
I feel refreshed already.
Which game do we have cooling break until? Right? Is it until the end of August?
Temperature.
Yeah, it depends on that, I think.
It's 80 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't remember what that is in Celsius, to be honest.
Neither do I. Here is Lamine Yamal. Back to Ferran Torres. Barca trying to build something here. Rafinha can put the cross inside. In comes Rafinha at the far post. Waiting is Koundé. An opportunity here for Barca. Can Lewandowski pull off the shot? No. He's running out of angle. He's going to force another corner kick.
Say it's like
here we go.
30 degrees?
The third one for Barca.
It cannot be 30 because it's impossible. It's 30 now, just like...
Sorry, no, you're right. 26. 26
So if it's over 26
or 27, yeah.
Okay. Another corner kick, this time from the right-hand side for a Barca.
It was a good one.
Invalidated because
we have to wait.
Lewandowski had gone down.
Yeah, I don't know if Sanchez Martinez stopped the action because he's just listening something for the bar or not.
No, I don't think so.
I really don't know. No. Well, I will explain something, but after the corner.
Right. Will my wild prediction come true? Will we score from a corner kick? Well, we've taken it short. Ferran Torres. Here comes Barça. Rafinha. Incoming cross by Rafinha. See trying to get to it. Casado trying to keep the attack alive for Barça. The ball is on the edge of the box. Rafinha through to Ferran Torres, who couldn't get to it.
That was a good move.
Good idea. Valencia want to run here. We've got 10 minutes remaining in this first half. How are we feeling about this?
I'm feeling like we're only about 56 minutes from 0-0 results.
Well,
No.
I'm hoping
It
not.
feels more open than other times.
Will Barca score before half-time? Option 1 is yes. Option 2 is no. Option 3 is 2 goals, which is very ambitious.
What kind of show are we going to do this year?
Yeah.
Optimistic or
I'm
realistic?
going 2 goals. Going 3. Option 3. Give me lots of options 3s. 2 goals. It can happen.
I go 1, but I'm not really sure. Oh.
Look at that. Hansi Flick during the cooling break talking to Lamine Yamal, almost like embracing him as he was talking, like saying, hey, come on.
I mean, if Hansi Flick saw that Euro Cup of Lamine, it was
Well, if you saw the
like,
20 minutes he played in the Gambit, he completely changed the game.
Yeah.
That pass he put through to Pau Victor.
There you go.
Oh, Casado.
Here's Casado.
Pass.
Oh, such a good ball. Look at that.
Look at the ball by Casado to Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal inside. Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres back to Lamine Yamal, who's going to try and squeeze him in between 2 defenders. And I didn't know what he tried to do there.
It's
Good
a
idea.
pass, right?
Yeah, yeah. I
To
think
Ferran.
it looked like he was trying to just do a little,
Yeah.
A little
chip.
dink.
Kick.
Yeah, a little dinky.
I think it was a kick.
Or maybe he tried to shoot. Yes, what I was saying. Yeah.
Just in front of, I think it was like he tried to make some surprise to the defenders with the right foot. Maybe it was not the best option.
Okay, Valencia now moving forward down their left-hand side, making progress. Jesus Vázquez cutting back. Here's Diego Lopez, inside cross, cleared by Casado. Rafinha fouled on the edge of the box. He was pushed. Let's see, where are people watching us from? Where are these fans watching us from? Anika says, I'm thinking after half-time about the goal. Lots of people saying 1. Fofana says, from West Africa, Sierra Leone. Hey.
We're going to break something.
Webster says, watching from Zambia.
Oh, Zambia showed out nicely in the Olympics for the women. Yeah. They played a game against Australia,
Are we
I
talking
think
about
it
football?
was. Yeah, women's football. Zambia, I believe the game finished 6-5, and I think Zambia had a 5-2 lead.
Oh, interesting.
They had...
Yellow card.
Sorry, go ahead, Mark.
Will be the first of the game, guys.
Yellow card?
It's yellow card. I think it's
Pepelu.
to Pepelu, maybe? Yeah, it's Pepelu, and it's a good free kick. It's maybe a little bit far from the goal, but it's a great option, I think, for Rafinha. Remember that last year we scored 2 goals in the free kicks, one scored by Lewandowski and the other one by Ferran Torres against Betis. But I think it can be a great option. It's a great position for Rafinha. Well placed for a left foot player, so maybe he could try it.
Maybe he could try. It's a bit far out. I was loving seeing all those flags.
I was just going to say, I
on
missed the
left
flags.
side. Yep.
I'm glad they're
I
back.
saw some Germanys, I saw some Poland, I saw
India.
an Albania, India, saw Australia as well. Nice. Keep them coming, guys. Keep your flags coming. And let's see, Rafinha could shoot from here. Ferran Torres is next to it as well. Barca could go. Strategy. Rafinha straight into the wall. And someone must be hurt there because it was.
I heard a thump.
I thought I heard a hard thump.
Yeah. I'm surprised that our Australian viewers put up an Australian flag. I would imagine they're feeling a bit of embarrassment based on how their break dancer performed in the Olympics.
Well, let's cut her some slack. I saw like an interview or like a statement
Yeah.
she put out yesterday saying, "Hey,
She's
I did
suffering,
my
yeah.
best. I'm suffering here." So.
Okay.
But she said she was going to take a break.
From dancing.
No, from everything. Like go on vacation, visit Europe. She said.
Okay, maybe we'll see her here.
Maybe.
Maybe she can come here to the show.
Robert?
I didn't see it, so I can't judge. But I saw the statement for some reason. I don't know. One of those things that.
What I was seeing now on Instagram is Fermin is supporting the team from home. Like he just posted like "Vamos Barça."
She's gotta love that
Yeah.
guy. I have to say he's probably my favorite player on the squad.
You know, there's new favorite players every year. This year for me, and I guess for you too.
This year for me.
It's for me.
I'm obviously Lamine.
You're talking about Fermin?
But
Well, like I know you
what's a
love
game?
Gavi, and
yeah.
Gavi is #1, but you know he's hurt right now and not playing. Fermin is the guy for me. If everybody's
And what
healthy,
do you think
I'm
about
just saying,
Casado, guys?
Mark,
think
we're
about
having some
Casado?
trouble. We can't really hear
What a game
you
he's
from
playing
here
today.
inside the studio. What were you saying?
No, I was saying that you were talking about Gavi and Fermin, but what do you think about Casado? Maybe he's the best player today in the pitch. He's incredible. He's in all the places of the of the pitch. I think
We
he's,
need to see a bit
playing
more of
very
him.
well today.
But yeah, definitely, he's another one of those road runners. Mark Casado,
Ui.
careful here with the cross,
No.
loose
Ooh.
ball inside the box,
No.
flag.
and that's a flag.
Where's my flag? Did I not
I
bring
think
it?
it was
Did I
outside.
take it home?
Crazy.
Oh,
Offside.
we can now hear you, Mark Brau. His voice was fading and
Yeah.
fading
I
and
was
fading,
doing
and we were
effort,
struggling
yeah.
more and more and more to hear him. You were saying that Casado is a bit like all over the place, right? He's running around.
Yeah, I think that he's maybe one of the best players today. Remember that it's just his third game in the league, and I think he's playing very well. So 2 years ago it was the season by Gavi. Last year Fermin. Maybe this season can be where we discover Casado as one of our favorite players.
And maybe we can have all three of them on the pitch, and wouldn't that be
Yeah.
good news? Here we go. Lamine Yamal trying to feed it through to Koundé. Not the most inspired of performances by Lamine Yamal in this first half. Now Bernal sliding in there to clear the ball out for a throw in.
If we're talking about Casado, I'll make a small comparison because I grew up learning to play basketball first before learning to play football. When you grow up learning to play basketball when you're a kid, they teach you. As soon as you catch the ball, there are 3 things you should be looking to do. And I'm going to say it after we play a little defense here.
Oh, careful here. The cross by Thierry Correa. Rafa Mir trying to keep it alive. Koundé's going to clear.
All right, fine. As soon as you catch the ball, you should have 3 thoughts. Your first thought
Can I
is...
guess them?
Yeah, go on.
Who am I next passing to?
The first is, can I shoot from here? Because if you have an open shot, take your shot. The second
Who is
would
the
be,
big one?
can I pass? And then only then the third would be, can I dribble? And I think a comparison in terms of football with the position that Casado plays, every time he gets the ball, he has an order of thinking. The first is, can I advance the ball with either a pass or dribbling? But the first, sorry, I misspoke. That's the second thing. The first is always, how can I protect the ball? He never does the risky thing to lose the ball first.
And that is what the best Masia players do there. Careful here. Valencia has scored. But it is
Offside. For the moment, offside.
Offside.
We're playing with fire.
There are 2 fans in Mestalla who are not aware of that. They're still celebrating, but that goal was disallowed. The flag has been raised. Hugo Duro's header will not count, at least initially. We're going to see the replay here. But Barca seem to be playing with fire a little bit here. Let's see, the cross coming in. Ooh, that might
What do you
count.
think?
That's
What
going to
did you?
count.
Yeah, do you think so?
Yep,
Yeah, that's a goal.
Yeah.
that's a goal. That's a goal.
Remember that we have a semi-automatic offside now in the bar.
Yep.
Yeah.
That came into play yesterday.
I think the
I think it's going to count.
Yeah, it's goal. It's goal. It's a goal.
Íñigo Martínez's left leg was behind Hugo Duro. So Valencia will more than likely take a 1-0 lead into half-time. Oh dear. Well, Hansi Flick definitely have some thoughts at half-time. Well, we might have enough time to create an opportunity here before half-time. I don't know, but we were seeing that Valencia were feeling more and more comfortable in this game after that curious celebration by Diego Lopez and Hugo Duro, but it felt like they were getting closer and closer and closer.
Yeah, I felt Barça like kind of disorganized themselves, like with all those fast attacks from Valencia. In the last minutes, Barça was suffering. I don't know if it's because of physically or because they were disorganized or disconcentrated, and you could feel like the danger was coming. The good thing is still first half. You have the second half to just come back the situation.
Hugo Duro.
5 minutes of added time, guys. We will go 5 minutes of added time. And I have to say that the goal, everything started with an incredible pass for Mamardashvili. Barça did a good pressure, but did not arrive just in the left back position. I was just looking at this, that our attacking players were pressured very well, but it was just an empty space, and it was a great pass, a great cross for Mamardashvili, and this was the key fact, just to have the option in the left position of the attacking of Valencia's
We'll
players.
have to take a look at that now. See Barca trying to react quickly here. Lamine Yamal with Koundé on the right-hand side. Let's see, Barca will have time. Extra 4 minutes now to play in this first half.
I'd like to see Lamine get a little more involved as well when he's got the ball.
Yeah. Take a couple more risks, maybe.
Yeah.
Here's Rafinha out wide to Balde. Have to run on to the ball as Thierry Correa. Just getting to it. Now Íñigo back to Cubarsí. Inside pass. Let's see if Barca can create an advantage here. The 1-2. Bernal on the edge. Lewandowski.
Balde.
Gets Balde. Balde's free. Balde can put it back in. The opportunity. Casado. Shot blocked. And now Valencia will have a free kick on the edge of their box.
Oh, my Casado.
Casado had the opportunity there to equalize.
Casado, don't say it ain't so.
Let's see the replay of that.
And yellow card for Cubarsí.
Why?
For that foul, really?
For the foul or for complaining?
Really?
No, it was a foul. It was a foul just after the attempt that Barca had. Maybe it's the best option that Barca had to score tonight. I think it was Jarek who stopped the shot made by Casado.
It was Jarek, and I don't see why he should see a yellow card for that unless
soft.
he complained after.
I guess it's because he stops like a contra-attack.
Maybe.
Or what's that the referee interprets.
Well, a good chance for Barca there. The pass, the setup by careful
no.
here. Ter Stegen's giving the ball away, and Cubarsí on the edge of the box.
On the line, sorry. Cubarsí, that's as good as a goal.
Cubarsí on the line.
That's as good as a goal, man. Look out.
Yeah, it's the same as a goal. The same as a goal.
Yeah.
Cubarsí, we need some energy, man. Let's go, come on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Crazy.
Look at that.
What a save.
Ter Stegen gave the ball away. Quick chance for Valencia, and just as it looked like it was going in, Cubarsí saved it on the line.
Marc-Andre Ter Stegen owes Marc Cubarsí a couple of dinners
Pau
after
Cubarsí.
that one. I'm sorry.
Not beers yet.
There's too many marks.
Too many
Sorry.
marks.
Pau Cubarsí a couple of dinners. Wow, man. Wow.
Well, it's a great combination, Marc Cubarsí.
Right, let's see if Barca can create one final opportunity here. They've got a minute and 20 seconds. Casado had a chance to equalise. Then Valencia had a chance to make it 2-0. Lewandowski on the edge of the box. Can he get the ball out of under his feet?
Many
No.
people inside.
There goes some pressure.
Like, yeah.
Oof.
The press from
I
Valencia.
feel that when Barca is attacking, they have to open a little bit more the game because they are trying to go everything from inside and there's too many players there.
Final minute of this
What a
first
save.
half, and we're
And
just seeing
just,
the save by Kouassi.
I'm just watching the action, in the video wall that we have here in the stadium. I saw the action made by Kouassi. It was incredible. And I have to say that it was the third yellow card of the game. Yellow card for Jesus Vázquez, because at the beginning of the action, in the last attacking action of Barça, he took Lamine Yamal. So it's a yellow card for Jesus Vázquez.
Okay. So 2 yellow cards for Valencia, 1 for Barca. Here is Valdes.
This is going to be the last action of the half.
Bernal to Koundé. Here's Rafinha. Rafinha out wide to Balde, who's done some good things in this first half. Incoming cross by Alejandro Balde at the far post. There we go, there we go, there we go, yes! Vamos! Let's go!
Vamos!
That's it! Barca equalise!
Vamos!
Vamos!
You know who. You know who.
Vamos! 1-1 right before half-time. Lewandowski, vamos! Vamos!
Make sure
There we go,
everybody's on
let's make
side,
sure, let's make
please.
sure.
First
So-
pass good. Second pass. I don't know anymore. I don't know
So
anymore.
it's a long cross by Balde at the far post. Lamine Yamal connects with it,
Someone
puts it
touch
back
it.
into the middle, and Lewandowski taps it into the empty net. Was he just slightly offside, is the question. Manu
It's
Bravo.
goal, it's goal, it's goal, it's goal, it's goal, it's goal. Conceded by Sanchez Martinez. So you don't have to suffer if it's offside or not. It's a great combination. Everything started with a great cross made by Balde from the left to the right. I don't know if Lamine Yamal really wants to put the ball just next to
It
Lewandowski's
doesn't
base,
matter.
because Lamine Yamal arrived to the ball just a little bit forced. But in the second post, in far post maybe, Robert Lewandowski scored a goal. And do you remember one of my secret numbers, guys, in the preview show? How many goals did Robert Lewandowski score with Barca before this game?
59.
59. So
Wow.
this is an important goal. With tonight's goal, great memory, with tonight's goal, Robert Lewandowski reached 60 official goals with Barca. And I have to
Crazy.
say, guys, that is very important. Do you remember 2 years ago what happened? Lewandowski scored a goal at the end of the game.
Yeah. Now at
He
the end of the
gave
first half.
us 3 points in the last action of the game. Maybe today, with this equalizer, can be also the first goal of the comeback.
Right, guys, 1-1 at half-time when it looked like we were going to go down 1-0. So good news for Barca, that Lewandowski goal. Crossed by Balde, connected by Lamine Yamal, putting it back into the middle. Lewandowski tapped it into the empty net. 1-1. Fill the live chat with the Lewandowski celebrations. The two fists together. Well,
Whew. It took us a second to wake up there.
it did. It did indeed. But in those final 5 minutes, we activated somehow.
Here we are.
Had 2 chances. Here we are, 1-1. Reset button. Thoughts? Quick thoughts on this first half.
Difference between a Kouassi save and then a Lewandowski goal, or the other way around, man, that's a big difference. 2-0 and 1-1 are 2 different score lines.
Irati.
Yeah, I think in these first games, the most important is the attitude that the players are putting, and I think the effort by the team coming back from that situation has been amazing, not only because of the goal, also because of the other opportunity Casado had, and of course that save from Kouassi.
Well, it's 1-1 at half-time. It's a whole different scenario. I think Hansi Flick might want to introduce some changes here at half-time, or make some slight modifications. I think we need to get Lamine Yamal a bit more involved, get the ball to that right flank a little bit more. We might not have seen enough of Bernal. He might be one of the first to come off. We'll see. We'll see. But in the meantime, we're going to take just the smallest of breaks, and we will be back before the second half starts. So stay tuned.
We keep it funky, so funky. That's what we gotta do. 'Cause when it's funky, so funky, that's when you're doing you. You know it's true. Hey, when it's funky, I'm gonna make you feel so good. Let's go. We keep it funky, so funky. That's what we gotta do. 'Cause when it's funky, so funky, that's when you're doing you. You know it's true. Hey, when it's funky, I'm gonna make you feel so good. We keep it funky.
I a la meva família.
...373 partits oficials. Això el converteix en el 23è jugador amb més partits a la història del Barça. Per poder escoltar-te. Està un aplaudiment per Sergi.
Culer de naixement, mirant sempre tots els partits del Barça, des de ben petit. I qui m'hagués dit, a mi, que acabaria jugant 373 partits, guanyant 25 títols i sent el primer capità del club de la meva vida. I a la meva família. Per seguir-me a tots els partits. Des de petit a la Masia, doncs, un dels objectius i un dels somnis és
poder arribar al poder portar aquest braçalet a la
treballant diàriament, respectant sempre a tots els companys.
Molt especialment del cor que és el Barça.
Aquesta fotografia de família amb totes les aquí, gràcies.
Well, it was a busy week at Barça and a busy week at Barça 1. We had the Gamper Trophy, we had Sergio Roberto saying farewell to our captain. By the way, we haven't really talked about it. I mean, I think he's one of the most unfairly treated players ever, especially of those come out of La Masia. I think for several years he played in a position in which he didn't grow up playing and he had to adapt to that position, and he was a solid Barca player. He was a captain. He was a good presence in the dressing room. You never heard him complain. You never saw a bad gesture by Sergio Roberto. So I think he's one of those players who's very valuable to a dressing room, and the team will miss him.
Yeah, I think he was important because he was always there. Like, it didn't matter the position, despite the goalkeeper, that you need someone. Yeah, and Sergio Roberto was always there. And he was from La Masia, and you could see that he was a culé, you know. And I think he spread out in the dressing room, and you have to see all the words that all these youngsters had said to Sergio Roberto in social media, because he was the one like helping the Masia youngsters to come in that important and big dressing room, which is not easy.
So, do you think sometimes we're a bit tougher when judging our own?
Well, also because I think a lot of people just think footballistically. What do I remember this player for? And they forget a lot of the other details that go with being a professional athlete and being at in the same place for almost 2 decades. And in addition to that, a lot of times we remember players for the position they played, like, oh, Busquets was the greatest pivot that we've seen, and Messi was the attacking midfielder, and Suarez was up front, and Neymar was on the wing. Sergio Roberto, people have a tougher time remembering, well, he was always here. He was always a Barça player, and that's what matters.
Right, back to the game at Mestalla. 1-1 at half-time. I think a few things need to change in the second half. Barca started off well, but then it turned into what you were saying, Spencer, your classic matchday 1 game.
Their intent, at least we don't get a 0-0.
Yeah, I think the most important, as I said before, it was the reaction from the team, like having attitude and don't going down mentally, which is something that in the past has suffered this team. I think there was no control in the center, in the midfield of Barça, and we could see that in the defense, but also in the attack, because things were not fluid.
Which is something that, up to a point, is predictable when you're playing 2 youngsters who have never or who have barely played in the first division and in such crucial roles in that double pivot, Marc Bernal and Marc Casador. We're all excited about them, but we have to be aware that they are going to need time as well.
Well, I'm also interested to understand, what does Hansi Flick do substitution-wise when he decides that this game needs a change? Will he switch off of the 4-2-3-1? Does Marc Bernal come off the pitch and somebody else, does Christensen take his place directly?
Or is it a Pedri?
Or do you put 2 more attacking midfielders in there and then also take a risk by putting Casado on his own as the central defending midfielder by himself?
If I had to, before we go to Marc Bernal, if I had to ask you about a best player of this first half, 3 options we're giving our fans. Lewandowski, of course, the goal scorer. Cubarsí, the goal saver. And Marc Casador, who was, as Brau was saying, a bit of a road runner in midfield, very intent, having a good debut.
All 3 are good answers.
A good start.
Yeah, I think it's hard to choose today, but I will go with Marc Casador because I think his position, his role was not really easy today, and he has been brilliant.
I'd like a stat introduced into the world of football if it doesn't exist yet. We know that, you know, goals scored. I want a stat for goals saved, because Pau Cubarsí has 1.
Yeah.
1 full goal saved.
Today he does. And another player who I liked, especially on the attacking side, was Alejandro Balde. Very active down that left flank. Let's see what Marc Bernal thinks from Mestalla. Marc, is there any movement on the Barca bench? Let us know. Who did you think was the best player of the first half as well?
Well, the first movie is that I just standing up just because all the first half just standing here. It's just not a good thing. I was sitting here all the first half. I'm just saying now that players on the bench are just making some warm up, but I don't see nothing to happen. I think in the second half, because all the players were out of the locker room just at the same time. So I don't see any player just to enter just in the second half. during the first half, I was talking about Marcus Ado and how important it is for the team, and I said that maybe it's the best of the first half. But I'm going to change the boat. I think in the same way as Spence said, because I think that the goal saved by Kubarsi maybe can be the key action of the game. Because imagine that at the halftime the score were 2-0 for Valencia. Things will be very different. Of course, Marcus Ado played a great first half. Of course, Balde played a great first half. Lewandowski scored the goal. I was one of the guys here in the show that I said that Lewandowski will score, and he scored the goal. But I'm going with Pau Kubarsi. And as I always said, Robert, you have to be very. You have to listen about my secret numbers, because two of my secret numbers has changed. The number of goals scored in the first round of the league. Remember, 2 consecutive 0-0, 2 consecutive 0-0s in the league games. Today we score a goal, and 60 goals scored by Lewandowski with Barça shirt.
60 goals scored by Lewandowski with the Barca shirt, and 6 against Valencia, Marc. Valencia, one of his favourite victims. He scored the one in the 2022-23 season, the winner in the 93rd minute. Then he scored a hat-trick last season. Now he scores yet another. So Valencia, one of his favourite victims.
Yeah, we talk about this in the end of the first half, that he scored this incredible goal, and it was also an important goal 2 years ago. It was a cross by Rafinha. It wasn't the other goal, and as we talked also in the first half, he scored a hat-trick in the last game against Valencia, played in Stade Olympique du Scumpan. So maybe today he can be the main character of the comeback. I'm just looking to the pitch because the players are just inside, but as we did in the last season, I will take Pau here. Pau, please come with me. But if everything is going fine, and if you can see this image that I listen to you, it's because of him. So, Pau, guess the score. What do you think will be the score?
I think Ferran.
Ferran will score,
Yeah.
and what the
Yeah.
score? ¿Qué resultado?
1-2.
1-2. So Pau is saying that Ferran will score and Barça will win today. So, okay, we'll hope this.
Well, I'll take that.
That's what we have.
Yeah, that's what
We're on
have.
that.
Yeah.
I have it.
We already
Written,
knew.
I have it written down here. Actually.
Well, I'm out. I'm out of guess the score.
To try and take match day one.
Match day one, and I am already out. Who'd you like to see in the second half? Out of all the, I'd like to see Pau Victor,
Yeah.
and I'd like to see Pedri.
Why add on to perfection? That seems like a good...
My guess was Pau Victor because he's doing great, and also Pablo Torre. I really like him in this position.
Yep, he's had a very good pre-season. Let's see if he earns the trust of Hansi Flick here. Right, the second half is underway. Come on, guys, let's go. We need a bit more energy than in the first half. I think.
Yeah.
Well, once we picked it up, they scored a goal.
No substitutions.
No substitutions for
I
either
can
team.
confirm, no substitutions, the same lineups.
So Barca are playing, therefore, with Ter Stegen in goal, Koundé, Kubarsi, Inigo and Balde at the back, with Marc Bernal and Casado in midfield. The three attacking midfielders are Lamine Yamal on the right, Ferran Torres on the left, Rafinha down the middle, and Lewandowski up front. And here is Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal into the middle for Robert Lewandowski. Lewandowski has Balde on the left. Here is Alejandro Balde, incoming cross, Rafinha, Lamine Yamal!
They didn't understand each other.
Oh, that was a great chance.
Yeah.
A great chance, loose ball inside the box. Lamine Yamal tried to push it in, but too weak into the hands of Marmartashvili. Sorry, I'm still in pre-season mode. I still get my.
Remember what happened in the
confused.
Euros? That Mamardashvili saved a lot of actions of Lamine Yamal. Do you remember that game? It was Spain against Georgia. It was a run of 16 games. I remember that Mamardashvili was the goalkeeper with most saves in the Euros. Instead, he was playing also. He played also 4 games, only 4 games, but he was the goalkeeper with most saves. And in that game between Spain and Georgia, Mamardashvili made incredible saves to Lamine Yamal. So we hope that today Lamine Yamal will score.
I did not remember that stat, but there you go. Marmartashvili inside ball by Ferran Torres, and it's a penalty. It's a penalty.
Penalty.
Rafinha stuck his left leg in first.
Wow.
Got to the challenge earlier and was tripped over for the frustration of the Valencia players. Let's see here.
That's not. We need a better view.
I think it's a clear one.
I think, I think
clear, it's
Rafinha
clear.
gets there first, and it's an innocent, clumsy penalty from behind by Mosquera.
He doesn't want to do that, but he does.
Think-
He tries to
Oh,
shoot
yeah.
the ball, but he shows Rafinha.
It's confirmed. It's It's confirmed by the VAR. It's confirmed. So Lewandowski will take the penalty, the same as the last seasons, but I will wait just to explain the numbers of Lewandowski in penalties. I will wait after we hope that he converts the penalty. We will talk about the numbers. So first the penalty, Robert.
Okay, live chat. Will Lewandowski score the penalty, or was that a penalty? For me, one. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a clumsy penalty.
No question.
It's a penalty
No
that shouldn't
question.
have happened if you're a Valencia fan, but.
Come on, Levy. Make it 2.
Well, he scored late in the first half, and Robert Lewandowski is ready to take the penalty here. Mamardashvili on the line. Lewandowski with his little stutter run up, and it's in the back of the net. Vamos! Lewandowski! Vamos! Barca are in the lead.
What a golazo.
Spence.
No more goals the rest of the day.
Kind of
He's
wrap a little bit.
tired. He's tired.
We popped the net like Lewandowski. Dovski, El Marcaria from the penalty. Penalty, Dalel Beluselo and Roske. Roske, we popped the net like Lewandowski.
Vamos! Barca 2-1 up. Marc Brau, Lewandowski has scored 2 against Valencia. This one from the penalty spot. A very well taken penalty, by the way.
I think it's the best penalty took by Lewandowski, isn't it?
Probably.
You will think the same because the
Similar
other
to the one
penalties
against
always with
Osasuna
that
last
kind of
season?
a way of shooting. Yeah, but it was different because today he always make that kind of running to the penalty spot, but he puts just the ball just next to the top corner. I think it's the best penalty scored by Lewandowski. And the numbers I want to give is that he only missed the first penalty with Barça. It was a game against Almeria in Camp Nou, but all the penalties took by Lewandowski last year were goal. Of course, he missed the penalty against Celta, but remember that he had to repeat the penalty in minute 93. So all the penalties last season scored by Lewandowski, and for this season, of course, one by one, goal by Lewandowski, and it's so important. 2 goals scored by Lewandowski. The last game against Valencia was a hat-trick. Today, 2 goals. But I don't know if you agree with me, and also the fans in Barca Live, but I think it's the best penalty goal by Lewandowski with Barca shirt.
Sure.
Well,
I agree
we can
with
ask.
that.
We can ask. Barca Live fans, was that the best Lewandowski free kick that you can remember? Let us know on the live chat. Was that the best Lewandowski penalty? Sorry, not free kick.
Yeah.
Penalty that Lewandowski has taken for Barca. Let us know on the live chat. Also, fill the chat with the Lewandowski celebration. I'm going to proceed to do that.
Yeah. Don't forget, by the way, that there are 2 people in this room who.
Valencia with the
That was
opportunity.
close. Header in the box for Valencia, or I should say nearly.
Near header. What you were going to say, Spence?
I was going to say, just remember there are 2 people in this room that predicted 2-1 as the final outcome of the game, so no more goals would be ideal. And don't forget that at this particular moment, the Pichichi winner in La Liga EA Sports is Robert Lewandowski.
Yeah, that's
He's got
true.
2 goals, and everybody else has less than 2.
Is he? Yeah, he is the only one with 2. Okay, keep it coming. Oh, we might have to ask the question. Can he score yet another hat-trick against Valencia?
We can leave it like that.
I mean, you say it would be perfect. I mean, 40 more minutes with this 1-goal lead, maybe like a bit too much.
It wouldn't be ideal for the heart,
No.
but for the brain, it would feel pretty good.
Yeah.
Or maybe just no one gets their prediction right on the first day.
I can see how this season's going to go. That's a foul.
That's a foul by Rafa Mir on Íñigo Martínez.
It was clear.
Well,
I don't know why he complained.
Talk about psychological goals. One right before the half-time whistle and one a mere minute after the second half started. So,
Like,
Ideal
nothing
for
changed
Barca.
in terms of players on the field, like after the halftime. But I think many things changed because the team was like playing intense, like in the last minutes of the second half, and also you see more attitude and the way they went through the Mamardashvili's goal.
Will Lewandowski be Barca's top scorer this season? Yes. Is there any doubt? Or no?
I hope so.
The only person who can get in the way is Fermin.
Well, I think
that wasn't a joke.
He said the other day, Lewandowski, that he was expecting to score more goals this season than last season.
Careful here, the header inside of Barca's box off the Valencia corner. Hugo Duro connecting with that one. I'm going with one, yes. I think Lewandowski
26 goals
should be
scored by Lewandowski last season. 33
in all competitions.
The first season, 26. In all competitions, yeah. In the league, it was 23 the first season, 19 last year. And we have the image. I don't know if you really see it in Barça Live, because I don't know if Jordi put the image on, but Paul told me, the camera, that Hansi Flick did not react a lot with the goal scored by Lewandowski, that he followed the penalty shot, just sit on the bench, and that he did not react a lot with the goal.
Well, fine. I like a manager who...
Careful here, the opportunity for Valencia, the incoming cross. Barca will be able to clear here. Rafinha playing with Barca's food a little bit here. Bit too casual there in his attempt to keep the ball alive, the possession alive. Now Barca trying to recover. The lunge in by Koundé. Diego Lopez has it. Valencia in possession. Back to Pepelu. Pepelu with the shot low, wide.
I was going to say that they are pressing higher now, and Barca is struggling a little bit there.
Now Lamine Yamal with a little bit of a hobble there after the challenge by Jesus Vázquez, who's on a yellow card, by the way.
I was just going to say, I like a manager that is ready for the next task. You can celebrate a goal like that to go ahead 2-1, but you know that there's more work to be done. And for me, I'd prefer the manager to be thinking and focused rather than celebrating. So I'm for it.
Although we did like the passion with which Xavi celebrated the goals as well.
Yeah, it's not to say that that's, wrong or bad. It's just a personal preference thing. I want my manager just focused.
Focused on the next thing.
Yeah.
Calm and collected.
Yeah.
Right, Ter Stegen. Barca playing from behind. We are 2-1 up, guys. Lewandowski scored 2 goals, both of them, for Barca.
Now you got Casado playing a little bit further up on the ball here.
Here he is with the long switch over to Lamine Yamal.
He's got a great eye for the next pass.
Lamine back to Koundé. Rafinha. Balde's wide open on that left-hand side. Here it comes. The cross by Balde, cleared away easily by the Valencia defense. And now, could that be a second yellow for Cubarsí?
And that's what they're asking for.
No, I think...
Well, I'd be asking for it as well if I was a Valencia
situation.
player.
But all the fans in the stadium are complaining about this. Of course, Rubén Baraja, Valencia's coach, is talking to Sánchez Martínez that maybe Cubarsí deserved a yellow card. I have to say that maybe it's not a yellow card. Of course, it was a great attacking action, but I don't think that Cubarsí deserved the yellow card. For the moment, Sánchez Martínez is going to the bench, and I think he will show the yellow card to Rubén Baraja. Maybe Valencia Stadium, Mestalla, is the stadium who protests the most in the league.
I have to say,
the action, guys, but I think that
I have to say, seeing the action, I would have given Pau Cubarsí a yellow card for that one, but not for the initial one.
I think this one is more yellow card than the
this one
first
is more of a yellow card than the first one he got. But anyway, maybe Sánchez Martínez.
No, 100%.
Saw that.
100%. It was almost like they were both worth half of a yellow card.
Lamine with the roulette to get away from his defender, and that's a lovely through ball. Is Ferran Torres onside? If he is, he's one-on-one with the keeper. Ferran Torres! Denied by Mamardashvili.
Those passes of Lamine, oh my God.
And the flag stayed down, and Barca still have the ball.
Barca still have the ball. Second opportunity, and Ferran just missed a great opportunity there. Who would be the first substitution, guys? Pedri, Pau Victor, or Christensen?
Well, now I'm thinking Christensen to spell Kubarsi, but let's see.
There's Balde. Balde on the left, Lewandowski on the edge of the box, Lamine Yamal. Lamine trying to feed it inside. He had an easier option out wide with Koundé. And now the battle between Inigo and Hugo Duro. Ends up with Hugo Duro going down. I think he's a little bit in now in the mode, Hugo Duro, of trying to bait the referee into showing yellow cards to Inigo and Pau Cubarsí.
Yep.
Getting the punishment for the Barca central defenders.
I have a story for the referee about the pressure that he had just a few days ago. I will explain after that.
Okay, careful, because Barca are going to win it back here. Ooh, it's a lovely little flick. Here's Lewandowski. Ooh. Now Bernal with a sliding tackle, couldn't get to the ball, and Valencia have a chance to run here through Mosquera, I believe that is. Mosquera, it looked like he didn't quite know what to do with the ball, but well, he managed to find Diego Lopez on the left. He's going to take on Koundé. Diego Lopez cross off of Koundé. Now Lamine Yamal is going to pick up the ball and he's going to run. Here goes Lamine Yamal, chased by Jesus Vázquez. And that will be a throw for Valencia.
I love that image.
I have the story. I want to explain the story. But first of all, yeah, sorry, Radi. What I want to say is that you know that Sánchez Martínez, for me, is the best referee in Spain. Not for this action of Cubarsí. I think he's the best referee. But last Tuesday, he was in a playoff Champions League game between Fenerbahce and Lille in Turkey, and he had a penalty to give to Lille in the last minute of the extra time. So imagine how passionate the Turkish fans, how passionate the Fenerbahce fans, but Sánchez Martínez didn't have problems to give the penalty to the Lille. And of course, after that game, we have to explain that Jose Mourinho said that Sánchez Martínez is a bad referee because he considered that penalty against Fenerbahce. But it's, I think it's very a good action of the personality of the referee.
Balde's down. He's still struggling with the injury he picked up in the first half.
Maybe it's in the first part. Yeah, in the same part as the first half.
No, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. He's been hobbling all game long.
No, change. He's injured. Oh, maybe it's the worst news of the night.
Start this way again.
The doctor make the gesture just to say that he will be substituted. Maybe it's the worst news that we have from today. Remember that Alejandro Balde is coming to play again in the league after 8 months injured. He had a serious injury in the cup game, Spanish cup game against Athletic Bilbao last January. He worked fine in the preseason, but it seems that it's muscular thing, and also what we are hoping is not the same injury. We hope that it's less time.
It was the hit. It was like what we call in Catalan un calmant. It was un calmant. It was like a dead leg.
Yeah.
So Balde's still having trouble with that.
Yeah, but the doctor said that he must be changed.
Right, so Barca are going to make, it might be even a double substitution, because we were seeing Christensen run to the bench, knowing obviously that maybe he was going to come on soon, and Barca using just one window of substitution here. So Gerard Martín, another debut for Barca.
Carlos Daval, yeah, another debut. What I'm going to say is that Carlos Daval stopped the other substitution, so only one substitution. Gerard Martín, a left back, will enter in Alejandro Balde's position.
And Pedri's coming on as well.
As you said, another debut. Gerard Martín, yeah, but he will enter right now. Yes, Pedri. So Hansi Flick changed the mind, and Pedri will enter also at the same time as Gerard Martín. But as we said, Gerard Martín, second year in the club. He was an important player for Rafa Márquez in Barça Athletic last season. So he played very well in the left back position. So first game in first division, but I think it's a good player, Gerard Martín. So he will be the second debut this night here in Valencia.
Well, we'll
They
see.
haven't
Okay.
entered yet.
No,
right?
no, because I think
Okay.
the problem was that Pedri wasn't ready.
Okay, so they are going to wait
and they
until
said,
the
no,
ball-
we need to
okay.
make the 2 substitutions
At
in
the
one
same
window
time.
at the same time.
Yeah.
So
Right
the
now,
shame
Barca are
is,
playing with
Yeah.
10 men.
yeah, Barca are playing with 10 men, and the shame is to see Alejandro Balde just walking off.
I think like he was walking by himself, so it doesn't seem like something super serious. Hopefully,
Yeah, no.
yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. He's leaving on his own foot, and
Yeah.
he's hobbling, but not all that much. It's going to be a triple substitution because I can see Christensen getting ready as well.
Yep.
So Gerard Martin, Christensen, and Pedri are going to come on.
22 years old, Gerard Martin.
Yeah, and as Jordi told me, is the player with more minutes in Barça Athletic last season.
Oh, okay.
So in a team with Marc Casado, with Pau Victor, he was the player with more minutes with Rafa Marquez's side. So maybe it's a good thing just to know what kind of player he is. And there are the substitutions. It's Gerard Martin replacing Alejandro Balde, and as we said, Carlos Daval stopped the substitutions because Hansi Flick wants to make more substitutions. Pau Cubarsí is out and Ferran Torres is out. So Ferran and Cubarsí out. Christensen will play as a centre-back next to Íñigo Martínez. And Pedri will be maybe Robert in the attacking midfielder, and Rafinha will go to the left.
That makes sense, I think. Either we move like to a more traditional 4-3-3, or we stick to this 4-2-3-1 with Pedri in the middle, Rafinha on the left. Now we'll reshuffle the lineup with Ter Stegen in goal, Koundé, Christensen, Íñigo, and Gerard Martin, Bernal, Casado, Pedri, Lamine on the right, Rafinha on the left, Lewandowski up front. Corner kick to Valencia. Diego Lopez seems to be having some muscular problems here now. Well, the bad news, of course, is to see Balde go off. The good news is to see Pedri back.
Yep.
First minutes for Pedri under Hansi Flick.
Yeah, he hasn't had pre-season with the injury.
Or no pre-season playing minutes.
So it's good news.
In recovery.
But
good news.
Bad news are coming from Balde. But good news for Pedri. Remember that he was injured by Toni Kroos in the Euro game between Spain and Germany on last 5 of July. So first game for Pedri yesterday. Hansi Flick said that he hoped that he could help the team in the second half. So he will have 30 minutes, half an hour, to play in the second half.
Well, Valencia are preparing some substitutions as well. As, the game had sort of come to a halt a bit until Barça had made those substitutions. Careful here now. Thierry Correa making progress on the right-hand side. Incoming cross, which goes straight into the stands, and it will be a goal kick for Barça.
At some point soon, Valencia are going to start thinking about wanting to make some subs too.
Well, they're coming now.
Substitutions by Valencia. Andre Almeida out and Dani Gomez in. The only new player in Valencia this season, coming from Levante, the other team of the city. And Folquier is replacing Diego Lopez. It can be a defensive substitution because Folquier usually play as a right back, but a lot of times we see him in Getafe and Granada playing as a right wing. And we have to say that instead Diego Lopez is one of the best players of Valencia today. He was injured in the last part of the Olympic Games. He was one of the teammates of Pau Cubarsí, Fermín and Eric Garcia in Paris. So this may be one of the reasons because he's substituted.
Right, okay, the ball played out wide to Lamine Yamal. I was trying to see, do we have any comments? Share some thoughts with us, Barca Live fans. What are your thoughts on all of this with Pedri coming back? Alde, of course, having to go off. Let's see if Barca sort of re-energize themselves. I think Pedri is definitely someone you want on the pitch if you need a boost of creativity, a boost of energy.
Yeah, well, we also have this very strange midfield here going on tonight that we're not used to seeing, with 2 double pivots.
Careful here, the cross by Koundé off of
corner.
Yarek, and it's a corner kick. Yeah, well, it's an inexperienced midfield right now.
Yeah.
But
I would imagine we'll get used to this as the season goes along. I guess.
and it's gonna it moves within the game, I think, as well. The formation. Careful here, Rafinha, low cross inside. He can pick up the rebound himself. Valencia will clear that one.
If we got to see the version of Pedri we saw in the Euro Cup, it's good news for Barça because it felt like he was recovering himself in that tournament with the national team.
Oh, he was like hitting peak form until he got injured by Toni Kroos, by the way. Here he is, Pedri. Out wide to Gerard Martin. By the way, another debut. I mean, Marc Bernal today, Gerard Martin. Great news for La Masia. We're getting more and more and more debuts. Out of necessity, maybe, but hey.
I was almost surprised that Gerard Martin is 22. Like, we're used to these teenagers that it even feels old. 22 years old.
Here's Christensen. Trying to feed the ball through. Now called for a foul after his initial pass.
And yellow
missed
card.
The intended target.
Yellow card for Christensen.
A yellow card for Christensen for the foul on Hugo Duro. Let's see there. Oof.
Yeah, it was clear.
I think it's a clear one.
I have some news. That Pau, our teammate that I showed to you in the halftime, is saying to me that Marc Bernal is talking with the bench, just also saying that he wants to be changed.
Well, Eric Garcia is getting ready.
I don't know if it's if he's injured. Yeah, Eric Garcia is getting ready because Marc Bernal saying he wants to be changed. I think it's it doesn't have to be an injury. Maybe it's because he's very tired. Remember that it's the first game in his life, 17 years old, for Marc Bernal in La Liga. Yeah. So maybe it has to be the full substitution. Eric Garcia will enter. So maybe it can it means that Christensen will play as a holding midfielder.
Yeah. Exactly, I think that's the move.
In the second part of the season last year.
Eric into the central defender position and Christensen being moved into midfield. Which
another Olympic winner.
Yep, exactly. Eric Garcia. We have 3 Olympic gold medal winners in Fermin, Eric Garcia and Pau Cubarsí. And of course all of the Euros winners.
There's some space.
Space there, and Pedri was trying to feed Lewandowski. Here's Casado. Out wide to Lamine Yamal. Lamine through to Casado, the back pass to Lewandowski on the turn. And his shot, his left-footed shot, was deflected by Mosquera.
That's Casado pulling the strings again.
So
go on, Mark.
No, I'm just going to say that this is the substitution. Marc Bernal is out. I think great minutes played by Marc Bernal. First official game with Barça. I think that we will have to remember his name. And Eric Garcia is returning to Barça. Remember that last season he was on loan in Girona. Spence, you watch a lot of games at Girona, and I think he was one of the best players in Girona last season. So I think it was a good loan for him.
Imagine if he scores now off the corner kick.
Yeah.
In coming cross, Lewandowski connected with the header, and there'll be another corner kick as it last went off of a Valencia player. 20 minutes remaining in this game. Barca 2-1 up, 2 goals scored by Lewandowski.
Look, we have to watch this corner first, but afterwards, just keep that week 1 scorebug on the screen.
Oh, careful here. Loose ball on the edge of the box. The shot by Casado. Deflected by the Valencia defense, and they're now trying to clear.
Look at the
score
lines for week 1. How many zeros do you see so far?
A total of 0. None? Well, I see the zeros in the
and tomorrow's.
Times.
Thank you for being literal. But, but seriously, everybody's scored a goal so far. That's pretty impressive.
I was thinking before, you know, it's match day 1 when you're seeing Spencer earlier on watching, and in a very animated manner, a Osasuna Leganés.
Yeah.
That is what happened earlier today. Yes, I was watching Osasuna Leganés. Is that a problem?
No. It's match day one energy. We've been like missing football.
Well, we had a lot of football
Well,
this
we had a lot
summer,
of football. Yeah, we missed club football.
Yeah.
Koundé back to Ter Stegen.
I commentated yesterday the game between Celta and Alaves. And I can tell you that at the beginning of that game, both teams started the week at the top of the table. That's what was required. Thank you.
How's that? Both teams. Celta and Alaves?
Yes, everybody was tied for first, Robert.
Oh, well, yeah.
You have to explain the joke. It's not a good joke.
I thought at the beginning of the game. And that was impossible. Here's Lamine Yamal into the middle. Pedri back to Lamine Yamal. Pedri take the shot. Will Lewandowski score a hat-trick? For me,
I
it's
don't know
one,
if you see
yes.
it, but Eric Garcia is playing as a holding midfielder. Sorry, Robert, but it's not Christensen.
Huh?
It's Eric Garcia who's playing next to Casado.
He played with,
He did that last
with
year.
Xavi
Position.
there, right?
And with Xavi.
Yeah, with Xavi there. It's the first game that we see Eric Garcia under Hansi Flick's orders. No one of us thought about that option. But Eric Garcia is playing with Casado in a holding midfielder position.
Didn't he play there before?
Lots of people going with option one.
No, he
here.
definitely did.
Yeah.
He definitely did.
Except for Lizzie, who's a bit of a Grinch going with no. Incoming cross by Rafinha. Valencia managed to clear. Gerard Martin back out to Rafinha, who headed it from right to left of the pitch there. Powerful head touch by Rafinha there, and now Barca give the ball away. Ball given away by Íñigo Martínez. So, Marc, Barca have one substitution left to make, and who's warming up?
I'm just in the other part of the stadium, Robert. So sorry,
okay.
I cannot say it. But I think that all the players in the bench, because I see 4 players there. So
I'm guessing
must be the other players in the bench.
I would love
can
to
say,
see Pau Victor.
Yeah.
But maybe
This
as
might not-
Lewandowski.
Pau Victor is one.
Yeah, maybe you can change it for Lamine.
I was going to say, this might not be the game for Pau Victor to do what he did in the preseason, but one thing he did really well was he was always popping up everywhere around the pitch.
Yeah, he moves a lot, and that
All
confuses
the
also the
players.
defenders, and he has good connection with Lewandowski, we saw that.
Who? Live chat.
All the players, not the goalkeepers, not Iñaki Peña and Astralaga, but Pau Victor, Alex Valle, Héctor Ford, and Sergio Domínguez, the 4 remaining players in the bench, are warming up.
Who would you like to see live chat? I'd like to see Pau Victor.
Me too. And I think he deserves to play after the preseason we have seen.
Okay, 15 minutes remaining. Jesus Vasquez.
Valencia will gonna make
clear.
some substitutions.
Barca?
No, Valencia.
Another couple of subs by Valencia.
No, I think it's
Or is it the cooling break? Oh, cooling break. No. Yes.
Yeah, it's a cooling break. No, yeah, but there's a player for Valencia who are going to enter. I'm just searching.
Cheers.
If I have
Cooling break for us as well.
this. Yeah.
Cheers, Barca fans. Cheers to this possible break. Touch wood. For the Barca win. Pedri and Casado having a conversation there. It's not been a splendid performance by Barca, but
It's been a weird second half with
well,
everything
and
happening.
the first half as
Yeah.
well. I mean, it's not been the most fluid of games, but you tend to get that in match day one. You tend to get that in games at Mestalla as well. Always a tough ground.
Yeah. And they're frustrated, Valencia, because I don't know that 0 points is necessarily deserved for them right now. I think 3 points for Barca is deserved, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they haven't played poorly enough, Valencia,
Yeah.
in this game to deserve a loss.
Marc, while we're at the cooling break, can you take us through like what's the schedule for Barca now in the month of August? Like the games we've got coming up, when we should know more about like possible Champions League opponents?
Yeah, first of all, because if I don't see it now, I don't remember this. The substitutions in Valencia, Martín Tejón and Otorbi, 2 young players are in, and out Rafa Mir and Jesus Vázquez. So we have to take care with David Otorbi, 2007 player.
Yeah.
Is the youngest player of played with Valencia last season. So the next schedule. So next season, it will be a long. Next season. Next week, it will be a long week, and it will be very important for recovery after today's game, because we won't play until next Saturday. And what a game after all is happening this summer. Of course, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Barça Athletic Club de Bilbao next Saturday.
So
Then
many comments
2 days
next week.
after, on Tuesday, we will play against Rayo Vallecano, and the last game before the international break will be the last day of August, 31, against Valladolid. So that week, 2 days before, in 29 of August, we will know our Champions League calendar. Remember that this season we will have 2 more games in group phase. We will play 8 games in Champions League, 4 at home, 4 away, but not with the same teams. So we will play 4 games with 4 teams and 4 games away with all the different 4 teams that we face at home. So it will be 29 of August, Champions League draw.
Okay, we'll need to get used to that new Champions League format, but I'm sure we will. So coming up before the international break, we've got Athletic Club, and I was saying before, I'm already dreading the live chat and the comments next week.
Why?
Well, Barça Athletic Club, the one player that one of the teams wanted to take from another.
A friend of someone.
A player who seems to be a good friend of Lamine Yamal.
They say, Robert, they say. We didn't know it.
We don't know, we don't know.
They say, we didn't know.
But that's what has been
They
said.
say.
And
They.
I'm already dreading the live chat. And then Rayo Vallecano and Valladolid, right?
Yes, Athletic Rayo Vallecano and Valladolid. And interesting game after international break in Montilivi. Girona-Barça will be the first game with the window closing of transfer market. So
it's a really difficult calendar to start a season and also to start like a project, like a new project.
Yeah. Especially because you've got those extra games that you're playing this year. With the Champions League, you won't see them until the new calendar year, but still, it's more games is more games at the end of the day.
Indeed, it was, I think, today that Ancelotti in press conference was saying that there's teams thinking of giving holidays in the middle of the season to certain players because like
the schedule is just
it's getting tight.
There's just so much wrong with how things are done. There's one that really gets up. Hard clash between
yellow card for Koundé.
Thierry Correa and Koundé. There's one thing that I severely dislike is that the league gets started and there's still players who can switch teams.
I don't like that either.
The transfer market is still open until.
What's wrong with that?
But like when you start the league, teams. Squads should be.
Name me any other sport that does it that way, where you can't make any changes once the season starts.
Well,
you're an NBA fan. The trade deadline's in February.
But they can make changes all season long if they want.
Yeah.
But in here, it's just like
in European basketball, you can do this.
What? Was that, Mark?
In European basketball, you can change players. In European basketball, in EuroLeague, you can change player until February. Yeah, and in Liga Andesa, of course.
Careful
so
here,
you can change players, but until February, for example, in EuroLeague, you cannot change players. And when it's February, it's closed the window. But in Liga Andesa, you can put new players whatever you want.
The issue here is that, as it used to be, leagues would start in September. So the transfer market closed and the league would start. Now, with more games on the schedule, leagues have had to start 2 weeks earlier, and then for those 2 weeks, you're still playing in a scenario in which one of your players might leave and go and play for another team.
Like we have seen here, Mamardashvili. It feels like he's going to leave. Alvaro Valles yesterday was watching the game through the stands, and there's many cases.
Or the other day, or last year, sorry, for Barça, Eddie Garcia and Abde played against Getafe and then played for other teams during the rest of the season.
That's the hold on.
Careful here, because Barça have an opportunity. Cazador taken down on the edge of the box. Referee says play on. What will the final score be, by the way, guys? Will it be 2-1? Will it be 3-1 to Barça?
I already told you before starting.
Yeah, we've already mentioned this. We don't need to go any further than that.
You've already guessed that.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 3-1 so that you guys don't get too cocky on me on match day 1.
We're 10 minutes away.
Yeah, we're
just
close.
saying. 10 minutes away from being 100% for the season. Top of the table, if you will.
Let's see what the live chat is saying.
Just while you're looking that up, to wrap up that thought earlier, the glass half full approach is that you get these 3 or 4 games before the transfer window closes to assess any potential holes in your team and try to make that change before it's too late.
Yeah. Careful, here's Pedri running forward and he's found an open Rafinha. Rafinha on the edge of the box. Gerard Martin. Oh, Pedri!
No.
He was just...
Was it Lewandowski?
A step.
Or Pedri?
It was Pedri. He was just a step back. A step away from being able to finish that.
I confused the numbers.
Right, what will the final score be? Where are your answers? Dorota says 3-1, Rashmita says 2-1, Alia says 3-1, Sylvia says 3-1. Everyone quite optimistic here. Goat says 3-1, Discorrupting 3-1 we hope. Shadowblade 4-1. 83rd minute. Barca looking to secure the first 3 points of the season. Knowing how important it is to get a good start. And of course, want to at least save 1 point.
Oh, there you go.
Good challenge. That was Cazador, who's done an excellent job there. Lamine Yamal with the hustle couldn't retrieve the ball for Barca. Inigo with the recovery and the quick pass to Rafinha. Lewandowski making the run forward. Rafinha waiting for support. He's going to switch it over to Lamine Yamal. What can he create? Come on, boy. Lamine Yamal. Back to Pedri, who was trying to back heel it to Lamine Yamal.
Pau Victor.
Ooh!
Pau Victor will enter. Will be the last substitution.
Who for? Rafinha? Lamine?
Lamine, I think.
I think Lamine.
Because, I mean, having Lewandowski...
Pedri with a shot!
Oh,
wide.
Did that take a deflection?
I don't think so. Ooh, Pedri.
That's what we always ask Pedri to do. To shot from outside the box.
Pedri's minutes on the pitch are
Last substitutions of the game.
Go, Marco.
Last substitution. So, Hugo Guillamón enter instead of Javi Guerra. Remember that Hugo Guillamón scored the goal for Valencia last season. It was 1-1. The first goal, the goal scored by João Félix, was quite similar to the goal scored today by Lewandowski. Remember that goal last season? It was a pass cross in the box for Rafinha to João Félix in the far post. It was quite similar to the first goal of Barça. And of course, as we said, Lamine Yamal, very tight, is going outside. And Pau Victor, another debut. 3 players debut today with first team of Barça. Remember that Pau Victor is not only the top scorer of the pre-season, he was the top scorer last season with Barça Athletic. 20 goals scored in the 3rd division of Spanish football.
Round of applause for Lamine Yamal. Round of applause for Pau Victor. Let's see. Do we get a 3rd goal from Barça? Do we get one from Pau Victor?
He is the kind of player that every touch he does to the ball creates something. Like even if it's a goal or an assist, or he creates something, and he moves a lot. And I think having a player like Lewandowski that maybe is more a static player, having another like Pau Victor helps a lot to the team in that attacking area.
Look at how many teams have drawn already.
Or so many.
Wow.
Celta, Champions League, am I right? No?
Well, maybe at the end of this match day 1. I was going to say, I was thinking the other day, Pau Victor, who scored the goals in the Clásico in the pre-season, thinking about the pre-season Clásico from the previous season with Fermin scoring in that one, and then the role that Fermin had. So if Pau Victor can have a season like Fermin had last year, be excellent.
We sign.
I mean, I'm excited to see him do the little things because I do think he does a lot of the little things right. We talked about him popping up in different places on the pitch, being in the right place at the right time, just getting on the ball when you wouldn't otherwise expect it.
I saw the other day a video of Pau Victor when he was.
Well, careful here because Pedri's making a run forward. Pedri is going to feed it to Rafinha. The pass was intercepted. Pedri couldn't pick up the loose ball. You were saying, Irati.
I saw a video of Pau Victor when he was playing in Juvenil, which I think is under 16 or
Under 18.
Under 18 in Girona. And he was asking Pep Guardiola an advice because he was not playing in under 18 team in Girona.
Wow.
You know,
How things can change, eh?
And then Guardiola was saying, like, you just have to insist because in those moments it's when you have to show which kind of player you are.
Yeah.
And he did.
And some players would lose hope and give up, but others don't, and those are the ones who make it.
It's unnecessary.
Oh, shoved by Íñigo Duro. 88th minute.
And it's a dangerous action.
Well, yeah.
It's a dangerous action because it's like a corner, but a little bit more open. And you know, the second half, Valencia has not good attempts, but the attempts that they had were in actions like this, by corners or that kind of ball. So we have to take care with this.
Pepelu will swing it in. Incoming cross, headed away. Can Rafinha get to it? Rafinha is going to hustle for it and he's going to win it back. Well done, Rafinha, playing it into the middle. Cazador fighting for it, and that will be a Barca throwing.
Rafinha was the leader and the best player in Brazil in Copa America this summer.
Rafinha, I think, can have a good season this year under Hansi Flick. I think he's going to be an important player.
Hansi Flick clapped the hands with Rafinha with this defensive action.
He's one of those hustle players. He never gives up. He's always active, always running. He's creative up front.
I think his attitude matches what
he's
Hansi
not
Flick
your
is
traditional Brazilian dribble fancy player who can like drill past 3-4 players.
But he has attitude.
He has a lot of
He's less
other things.
razzle-dazzle and a little more hard hat lunch bucket, as we would say. He just goes to work every day, you know?
And then he's got just like.
Do you want to play with me, guys, with the added time game?
Oh, added time game.
Only 15 seconds to know the added time.
5 minutes today.
7.
Yeah,
I will go for
7.
I will go with 6.
Actually,
6, the same as Robert for me.
Because there was the cooling break.
There was the injury of Balde and the goal.
Wolf, yes, the goal.
The changes.
6 minutes.
Oh.
6 minutes. I swear that I did not see nothing before. I can swear.
Right. Well, 6 minutes.
6 minutes before Irati and I hopefully get our prediction right.
Or before Pau Victor scores Barca's third.
Oh.
Ter Stegen's going to have to run out to pick that one up. Koundé. Can Barca just keep the possession?
look
A
at
good 1-2
that.
between Rafinha and Marc Cazador into the middle. Lewandowski, Pau Victor, Gerard Martin, incoming cross! And the opportunity there for Cazador.
He started everything. It was the perfect goal.
That was his goal.
It would have been an amazing goal.
I love Marc Cazador so much that he decided he wanted us to get our prediction right. Like, that was so nice of him.
If it was not this guy, it's not going to happen.
So close. Gerard Martin with an excellent cross inside, and Cazador almost with the dream icing on the cake there. How nervous are you? I'm not. I wouldn't say extremely. I'm quite nervous.
I'm just nervous to get my prediction right.
You're more nervous about 3-1 than you are about 2-2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's hope that those words don't come back to haunt us. Right now, it doesn't look so bad.
Eric. Out wide, Pau Victor. See what he can do. Pau Victor. Gonna go deep. Pau Victor. Looking for the byline, and he's going to get a corner kick out of it.
Well done.
Done, boy.
Important it is because like what Barça has to avoid right now is like Valencia's counterattacks.
4 minutes remaining. Also with the corner kick. Rafinha looks like he's going to swing it straight in. The pass back. So keep the ball on the left wing here.
I was actually going to say, I'm surprised that they would have thought to put that into the box.
It seemed that there
Just
were
hold the ball.
only three players inside the box.
Yeah. This would be a professional win. 6 games played in La Liga EA Sports through 3 days, and 2 teams that have won.
And only like 2 1s, right? There's 2 1s, there's 1 alls.
Yeah, there's
Was
no
there a
more
2
than
all as
2
well?
goals.
There was a 2-all between Sevilla and Las Palmas.
Oh yeah. Careful here. Edic gave the ball away. Now Barça have to regather defensively.
It's incredible the way that the fans of Valencia are whistled to the team. So they're complaining about the attitude of the team. So they have whistles.
Careful here, because Paul Victor's going to win it back for Barça. An opportunity here. Paul Victor straight into the middle for Lewandowski. Lewandowski with his left over the crossbar.
Good idea.
Look at the pressure there by Paul Victor and how he set up the opportunity very quickly. No hesitation.
And it comes all from the pressure.
High press, no doubt in the pass there. It's a good delivery. Lewandowski very close to scoring there.
He was close several times to the hat-trick today.
He had a couple of opportunities. Here's Guillamon.
Maybe an offside? No.
Okay. Playing on the left here. The fans want more, as Madrid was saying. They're trying to push their players forward by whistling, by booing.
Well, they haven't had much of a spark.
Now they are clapping their hands, just trying to help the team.
This team has had better days, that's for sure. They started well, Valencia, but they've dropped off a lot.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Throw into Valencia. I don't know. They're taking their dear time with this. Valencia on the right-hand side.
Oh, well done.
Fouquier looking for...
Well done by Gerard Martin.
No,
Great
Torbi,
minutes,
sorry.
I think he played.
Torbi there. Defended by Gerard Martin. Good defending.
Gerard Martin. How solid he is. How solid he is in the minutes that he's playing in the second half.
Crazy, because I think if I would doing my debut like today in the first team like Barça, like I would be like super nervous, and these kids are not nervous at all. They just play fluent.
Or if they are, they're very good at hiding it.
Yeah.
Rafinha trying to head it over to Pedri. Good long ball by Pau Victor. Ball headed back into the hands of Mamardashvili by Mosquera. We're in the final minute of this game. Come on, just end. Valencia running forward. Christensen defending the situation. Can he get a throw in for Barca? Yes, he can. Good defending there by
It
Anders
should end
Christensen.
here, the game.
Hansi Flick just slightly nervous here, looking at his watch.
Yeah. He was almost like leaving. He thought it was ended.
Now,
there's a player, a Valencia player with problems.
Mosquera, yeah.
I think it's Mosquera.
Yeah.
Yeah, inside the box. Now we will arrive to 96 minutes, so we are in the 6th minute of the other time.
Well, if it's them wasting time, the referee
maybe
should end
Sanchez
it.
Martinez will give more. I think that Sanchez Martinez will give maybe 30 more seconds.
Yeah.
Well, they're the ones wasting time.
Are
They're the ones who
I
need
think
the
it's more
equaliser.
like
Come on, man.
Yeah.
You calling that wasting
Yeah.
time? Haven't you ever had a cramp before?
I have many times.
Pues eso.
1 more minute, says Sanchez Martinez. Come on. Have this end. Koundé, long throw in. Pedri
I have to
protecting the
say
ball.
that I like the way that Barca played last minutes here.
For
Yeah.
example, that corner,
yeah.
do you remember that,
Pedri
that we didn't
changed.
cross into the box? I think it was well played. Well played with possession, with just make Valencia running just in the ball. So I think it's great minutes played the other 10 by Barça.
I feel Pedri changed everything there in the midfield.
I think Pedri definitely was a bit of a revolutionizer. He has the
Cazador
calming
again.
presence, doesn't he?
Cazador's bossing
Oh,
this
oh,
game.
through
He
to
is
Rafinha. Here we go.
bossing
Could this be a
this
third
game.
goal? Rafinha. Oh, the cross off of Yarek will be
He
a corner
always
kick.
takes the correct decision.
Always. He's always
It's
making the right
crazy.
play. He's
We
always
will have
forward
time
thinking.
to analyze what happened in the second half. Remember that we will listen to the players right now in the post-game reactions. Important, stay here, please. Barça Live fans, stay here because we will listen to Hansi Flick. We will listen with players just to analyze the first win of the season. Sanchez
Vamos.
Martinez saying it's over. We won the first
Yeah.
game of the league.
There we go. Mark, we'll talk to you
got it.
in post-game. Guys, you can go on and sell it. Okay. Well done. You got your prediction right.
Thank
Well
you,
done.
thank you, thank you. This was very
Coach,
nice.
yeah.
You know what? I'm just going to write it down here. Just
2-1 to Barca, the first win of the season. It was a hard-fought one. There's been injury, there's been penalties, there's been lots of debuts by La Masia players. We were short-staffed today, but we managed to pull off the win at a difficult stadium, as is Mestalla. Guys, quick reaction after that, because, of course, as Madral was saying, we are going to be offering you reactions, highlights, press conference, a bit of analysis, a bit of talk, so stay tuned here on Barca One on YouTube as well. Irati, quick thoughts.
I think it wasn't a brilliant game of Barca, but we managed to start seeing things. And I think there was several games inside the game. The game I liked most inside those games, it was when Pedri was on the field, because I think he changed completely everything. There was creativity, and also it's lovely to see how those debuts are made with like great level, because what Cazador did today was just amazing.
Spence, I highly doubt that the camera
Did you
will
put
be
my
able
name
to,
also?
Of course I put your
to
name.
get that.
No, we just need someone to zoom in. There we go.
Here we go.
This is my beautiful handwriting, and this is what it's going to look like. We're going to keep a running tally all year. We've got La Liga Week 1 at Valencia. Final score, 1 goal for the home side, 2 for the road side. Irati has gotten it correct. Spence has gotten it correct.
Robert?
I did
And we're at the top of the table.
I
Let's
did
go.
not. Right, guys.
Thank you.
We're going to take a quick break to gather our thoughts, but we'll be back in a couple of minutes with, as I said, highlights, analysis, interviews with the players, Hansi Flick's press conference. So stay tuned. In the meantime, on the live chat, rate the game from 1 to 10. We'll read out some of your comments. Okay. See you in a bit. 2-1 win for Barça at the Mestalla Stadium, including a comeback because Valencia took the lead with an Hugo Duro goal. Robert Lewandowski scored the two that give Barça the first 3 points of the season and give Hansi Flick a dream start in La Liga, in a game in which Barça had several absences, had to fight a bit against the odds, but managed to get it done. Guys, Spencer Seagull, Yati Vidal, it was important to win today.
Yeah.
Always is.
Always is.
Obviously, it's like an obvious statement, but it's nice to get off to a good start.
On the debut, off and running. Here we go. Look, full speed ahead.
Important also because Gamper didn't go as we thought it should have been, so I think it was really important mentally also for the group. Like even though like all the players were not there, that you managed to get 3 points.
Obviously good as well that our top scorer Robert Lewandowski gets off to a good start, or the man who we predict will be our top scorer, Robert Lewandowski, gets off to a good start with those 2 goals.
Look, he's doing post-game press conferences in Spanish.
And he might be talking to Marbrau in just a little bit.
That would be nice. Look, I'm just going to say this now because we've gone through this a couple of times in the last few years and earlier this week on Monday. I've said when things are tough, like in the Gamper or the 0-0 against Rayo 2 years ago or the 0-0 against Getafe last year, have some patience, relax, don't overreact, it's going to be fine. And you can say the same thing today. A 2-1 victory is nice, but also let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Let's enjoy the win and understand that this team has to get back to work.
Obviously understand that there is still a lot that can happen or that needs to happen. We need to recover a lot of our players who are out due to injury. Dani Olmo's got to get into playing form as well. So there's a lot of margin for this team to actually improve. But we saw some good moments, and we'll talk about them as the post-game show goes on. But we saw some bright spots from Barca in this first game.
Yeah, I think there's bright spots and also things that you have to work. One of the things I liked most, that the team ended the game with the idea of Hansi Flick, which is pressing and attacking. And maybe last season we were seeing like Barca used to end defending the games. These kind of games we would have been like maybe defending the last 20 half hour, but the team ended with the clear idea that the coach has, and I think that's really important because when you press, when you keep attacking and pressing, then you suffer less.
Definitely. Obviously, another of the things that we'll talk about in this post-game show is just like how fantastic it is to have 3 players make their debuts in the first division. One because of injury, of course. Gerard Martin had to come on replacing Balde. We hope we'll see if there are any updates on Balde's condition. We hope it won't be something that will keep him out for too long. He had to be replaced. Marc Bernal starting in the starting 11. Pau Victor got some minutes, and he came on as an energizer player in the second half. So positive news that Barca is still bringing out new players, and there will be some others who will get opportunities later on in the season as well, because they were waiting for opportunity today on the bench.
Yeah, people are going to get their chances all year too. Those are the big ones that we saw in the preseason, but there's no reason that we saw that Hansi Flick at the beginning of the year when he took over.
Let's go to Marbrau. He is standing next to the scorer of 2 goals today, Robert Lewandowski.
Yeah, we are with the hero of the night. Barca deserved the win with the 2 goals of Robert Lewandowski. Hi, Robert. Good evening.
Good evening.
How important is for the team the winning, but especially the way that you win? Just with your goal at the end of the first half, the comeback and the way that the team played the last minutes.
Yeah, I think always when you are playing here in Valencia in this stadium is very difficult, especially if you play in first game after the preseason, after also a little bit crazy that so many players coming back in a different time. So I think this game for us is very, very important. Also with the young players on the pitch, we play as a team, we're working hard as a team, and in the end we have 3 points. So I think for the beginning these 3 points are very important, especially that we have the next week 3 games. So we have to stay focused, and before the national team we try to win 9 points in these three games.
Te hago la última en castellano, Robert. Tú hablabas ahora en inglés de la importancia para un equipo tan joven de ganar este partido, pero de la manera que se ha hecho, ¿no? Con Pau salvando el 2-0 en aquella acción en la primera parte, con tus 2 goles, también es importante para el equipo que jugadores veteranos como tú empecéis también ya marcando la diferencia y siendo los líderes.
Sí, claro, necesitamos esta vigilancia entre jugadores jóvenes y jugadores con experiencia. En el campo no puedes tener solo jugadores con experiencia o solo jugadores jóvenes. En la final trabajamos juntos y trabajamos como equipo y queremos ganar.
We work as a team.
Este partido como hoy sabemos que es difícil.
And we know that a game like today's is difficult.
Pero hemos ganado y
But we won.
Es muy importante para nosotros y
And it's very important for us.
una semana larga para
It's going to be a long week for us to prepare for the next game.
¿Sabías que ya lleva 60 goles con el Barça?
No.
61.
Ah, vale.
No está mal, ¿no?
Sí, puede ser mucho mejor. Y
61 goals,
sí,
it could be better.
Siempre es muy importante aquí, muy objetivo es
It's always important.
que puede apoyar y ayudar al equipo con goles. Pero
I want to help the team with goals.
Como juegue, como tengo en el campo posición.
And help the team with the way they play.
En la final, si mete un gol o más y ganamos, para mí es perfectamente.
If I score a goal and we win, that's all the better for me.
Muchas gracias.
Congrats to Robert Lewandowski. We told him that he achieved these 60 goals with Barca share. So the worst of our hero tonight, with the 2 goals of Robert Lewandowski, Barca got their first 3 points of the league.
Thank you very much, Marek. It seems like not that long ago that we were interviewing him here at Barca 1 to celebrate his 50th goal. Robert Lewandowski, I think he's going to be an important veteran presence in the dressing room this year under a coach that knows him well, like Hansi Flick. I think he had a little bit of a dip in his performance last season, although he did come up with the numbers. I mean, what was it, 23 goals or 26 in total
26.
that he scored?
Yeah.
26 in all competitions. I think he'll be looking to achieve higher numbers, and he's off to a very good start.
But he just said it. You can't only have players with experience and young players playing. You have to have a mixture of both, and that's what this team has.
And it was a beautiful mixture today. The 3 17-year-olds that were on the pitch, Pau Cubarsí, Marc Bernal, Lamine Yamal, some veterans. Ter Stegen didn't have to intervene all that much. Couldn't really do anything with the
Well, there was
with the
a
goal.
brilliant save in the first half.
There was a good yes of the
like,
Cubarsí rejection. Yeah, he kept it off the line. But you've got your Rafinhas as well. You've got Robert Lewandowski up front. The 2 midfielders, Marc Casador and Marc Bernal, very young today, starting for the first time in La Liga. It was just a nice blend. It didn't. I wouldn't say it wasn't like clockwork during the full 90 minutes, but there were some positive glimpses. I thought Barca's start was very energetic. The high press during stretches of the game was very good, and it forced some Valencia mistakes, and it created some opportunities for Barca. And it's a good first stepping stone, I would say, for Barca.
Yeah, I mean, we cannot expect to them playing like perfectly today, because even Lewandowski said it, like it was a weird preseason because there were players coming in different times because of their games with the national team. So I mean, and today we saw a team that Casador and Bernal have played together. They have played alongside Lamine Yamal, but the whole team hasn't played together a game. So I think that's really important when you are playing as a group, because of the connections and everything. So we cannot expect them to play perfectly the first game, but I think we saw several things that are brilliant.
I mean, I can visualize what some fans might be thinking. Oh, here they are making excuses again. By the way, we're not making excuses. Barca won. Who cares? But it's more like, okay, Lamine Yamal, he didn't have the best performance today, did he? Lamine Yamal didn't shine like he has accustomed us to see him shine. But he only started training again a week and a half ago. So it's up to a point normal that he's not into his normal rhythm.
17.
And maybe if Hansi
Sometimes
Flick...
we forget this.
And he's 17, yeah.
He also had a pretty tough week.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, also, exactly.
Just saying.
Yes, just saying, yeah. I'd almost forgotten about that. In under normal circumstances, if Hansi Flick had his full squad available, maybe Lamine Yamal doesn't start today. But, one, he's an excellent player. He's one of the players who can create the most. 2, Barca today had Ronald Araujo out. Today had Gavi out. Today had Frenkie de Jong out. Had Fermin out. Had Ilkay Gundogan out. Had Dani Olmo out. So those are 6 important players, 6 potential starters. Plus Pedri was coming back from an injury, so you had to deal with all of that. We have to go back to the Mestalla Stadium. Marc Brau is with Pau Cubarsí.
Yeah, one of the heroes also. He did not score in that game, but he saved a very important goal. Estem al costat de Pau Covarsí. Pau, què tal? Bona nit.
Hola, bona nit.
Tots en aquest postpartit et direm el mateix, però no sé si tu també creus que tan important és marcar gols com salvar...
We always say the same thing. It's important to score goals, but also important to defend.
He tingut l'oportunitat de treure un gol sota la línia, però jo crec que em fixaria més pel treball de tot l'equip. Començar la Lliga sempre és complicat i en aquest camp
It's always complicated to
sempre el València t'apreta al màxim.
start the season.
Un treball molt dur i molt
We've been working as hard as possible. We know it's going to be really hard.
Tu portes poc amb l'equip perquè evidentment estaves als Jocs Olímpics,
You've
però
not
per fer
spent
pinya,
much time with the team because of being away with the Olympics.
És endur-se avui els 3 punts aquí de València.
Jo crec que és molt important.
I think it's really important to have got this win today and to have come back into the side.
Després de la derrota del Gamper i ara ja anem
And it's important for us to win after the defeat in the Gamper.
Demostrant també maduresa mental, no? Ara ens deia el Lewandowski, és important la barreja aquesta que estem fent de jugadors experimentats i jugadors joves.
It's important the combination between experienced and young players, Robert Lewandowski said.
La primera part, el de penal.
Sí, som molt joves, però estem aprofitant les oportunitats al màxim com hem de ser.
We're very young, but we're committed to the maximum.
Ni veteranes, som tots un equip i ens hem d'ajudar.
We're not young players or veterans, we're all a team.
Jo crec que el punt clau del partit ha sigut reflexionar després del seu gol i anar-se'n 1-1.
I think the turning point was the second goal.
Pau, important, no, aquesta victòria per créixer?
Sí, l'ha molt important.
It's a really important victory.
Moltes gràcies.
In Catalan, the words of Pau Covarsí. As we said, he did not recognize how important was the goal that he saved in the first half, but I think it was the key action of the game. Of course, Lewandowski scored at the last action of the first half. He scored from the penalty spot, but I think that the Covarsí action, saving the goal just in the line, maybe it was the key action of the game. Well played for an Olympic gold medal in Paris, Pau Covarsí.
Pau Covarsí starting in the first lineup of the season, the first official lineup of the season, became the hero late in the first half, saving that goal on the line, intervening, and then maybe a bit of a lucky boy to be able to not be sent off, because he didn't end the game, but he had to walk off early because he had a yellow card, which he probably shouldn't have been shown in the first half. A bit of a dubious yellow card, the one that he did see. Then Valencia claimed that he should have seen a second one, and maybe they have a bit of a case.
Yeah, the second, for me, it was clear. The thing that I think the referee might have thought like the first one was not clear, so that's why he didn't send off Covarsí.
Yeah, it was questionable.
It was there.
It was
50-50.
I mean, I understand why, if you're a fan of a team that's not Barça, that you're up in arms about that. And I also understand why, if you're a Barça fan, you're justifying it by saying, yeah, but the first one wasn't so bad.
Yeah. Right, back to Marc Casador, who was in the starting lineup today and one of the best players on the pitch. Let's see what he has to say.
Yes, we have with Marc Casador. It seemed that he's very veteran, that he's very experienced player, but today was his third game in First Division in La Liga i el primer com a titular. Marc, bona nit.
Bona nit.
No ha estat malament, no?, per ser el teu primer partit com a titular a la Lliga i el teu primer partit complet a Primera Divisió.
Bueno,
Not bad for a starting debut for you.
Per poder jugar titular a una competició tan bonica com la Lliga.
It's great to be playing, making my debut in a great competition like La Liga.
Sí, la veritat és que ha estat ben a prop, però bueno, la següent segur que entra.
It was a pity not to have scored. It was very close, but I'm sure the next one will score.
Llegir molt bé. És veritat que potser el gol que marqueu abans d'acabar la primera part és clau, però la sensació és que és un partit on l'equip ha anat creixent.
It was a game in which the team grew.
Crec que el gol ens ha fet una mica de mal, però ens hem sapigut...
I think the goal they scored did us a bit of damage.
Un gol molt important abans de la mitja part que ens
It was a very important goal for us just ahead of the half-time whistle.
El segon gol de penal també ens ha anat molt bé.
The second goal from the penalty was really good for us.
Hem pogut jugar millor la segona part, crec jo.
Hi haurà temps per analitzar, Marc, però tu que has estat tants anys criat a l'escola de Barça, no sé si també és important com heu encarat la segona part i sobretot els últims minuts.
It's important how you face the final minutes of the game.
No heu concedit tampoc ni una oportunitat en aquest tram
You didn't give Valencia any
Crec que
opportunities.
hem sabut també defensar en pilota, crec que
We did very well defending on the ball.
hem sabut controlar més el partit i això
We're able to control the game.
en contra, que crec que no hi ha hagut gaires i bueno, això
And they didn't have much shot on the counter either.
amb un 2-1.
Faig les últimes dues preguntes, Marc. Et pregunto per molts dels teus companys de l'any passat al Barça Atlètic que avui han debutat. Tu havies jugat poc, però ja havies jugat a primera. Ha debutat el Marc Bernal al teu costat al mig del camp. Ha jugat també el Gerard Martín.
Lots of players have debuted today.
Companys que
Players who haven't had many minutes before.
La veritat és que molt contents per ells, sent que
I'm really happy for them.
Com els camers a cada dia i la veritat és que molt contents per ells perquè crec que s'ho mereixen.
It's really good because I think they contribute.
Espera tancar tot el mercat, però el fet de poder jugar avui amb dorsal del primer equip, sent titular, després de tants anys lluitant, avui
Must
també
be great being a starter after so many years fighting for it.
Sí, avui recordo a molta gent. És un
Yeah, today I want to dedicate this one to many people.
Un partit de Lliga i amb el dorsal de primer equip, però bueno.
And it's great to have a first team number as well.
I poder aprofitar-les.
And I hope to take advantage of all the minutes.
The words of Marc Casado. I think it's one of the best players of tonight's game. It's the player with most minutes in the preseason. So tonight we know why. We know why he deserved these minutes and starting in the lineup. A great game played by Marc Casado. Remember, third game in the league, third game in first division.
Would you have said that this was his first start ever? I thought it was a very mature. He's a hard-working player. He's a hard worker. He's not going to shine, I don't think. He's not going to dribble like Pedri. He's just going to get the job done.
Going to make the right decision when the ball comes to him, and that's all you can ask for a guy playing his position.
He was everywhere.
He was outstanding. He could have scored. He had a couple of chances, but even if he didn't score, for me was the best player on the field today. Like for the 90 minutes, because we could see a little bit of Pedri, we could see a little bit we saw the goals of Lewandowski, but on the consistency of 90 minutes, I think he was the best one.
Right, well, let's see if those chances in which he could have scored, he was very close to scoring twice, if they are in the highlights. Let's see the highlights of this 2-1 win from Barça in Mestalla. First 3 points of the season for Hansi Flick. There we go. The referee for this one was Sanchez Martinez, Valencia, Mestalla. Always a tough ground. And Barça with several absences in the lineup. This was one of the best opportunities in the first half with Rafinha's shot saved by Mamardashvili in the 20th minute. Ter Stegen came up with that save that Irati was mentioning. The ball went off of Cubarsí. Ter Stegen having to dive backwards to parry that one away in the 43rd minute. Valencia with the goal. It looked like it was going to be offside, but Íñigo Martínez's left foot was behind Hugo Duro, and it could have been 2-0 for the home side if not for Pau Cubarsí.
Well, big difference there.
Half game here.
And that was in the 48th minute, just, a minute and a half after. Here we go. The cross by Balde. Lamine Yamal connected at the far post and put it back into the middle where Lewandowski tapped into the back of the net. And that is how the first half ended with that Barca goal. Lewandowski was just barely onside, but he was, and the goal counted.
That's such a sweet assist, too, from Lamine.
Yeah. I don't know if it's intentional, but it's placed perfectly.
He's just trying to put it back into that area, whether it's on goal or... But look at that little sliver of space that he has to put it between. On the fly, too, on the volley.
And Lewandowski, as you can see there, with the semi-automatic offside, he was clearly on. An opportunity early in the second half for Lamine Yamal. And here, the penalty in favour of Barca. A clumsy penalty. A penalty which Valencia fans might be frustrated with, but I think a clear penalty.
I think it was clear. It was not his intention, but he did it. And then Lewandowski, as we said before, one of the best penalties he has done with Barca.
Straight into the top right corner.
No stopping this.
With a fantastic finish there.
No way to save that.
Completely out of reach for Mamardashvili. And from there, Barca had a very mature second half. Valencia barely had any opportunities. There's a lovely roulette by Lamine Yamal. The feed through to Ferran Torres, who on the one-on-one missed in front of Mamardashvili. I think maybe Ferran Torres started in an offside position, so it may not have counted anyway.
You'll never know.
The bad news for Barca, of course, was that Alejandro Balde had to leave the pitch. He was replaced by Gerard Martin, one of the players who made his first division debut today, along with Pau Victor and Marc Bernal. Here's a long-range shot by Pedri, who made his return to the team in the second half as well. And there we go, Pau Victor making his debut, replacing Lamine Yamal. There were a couple of late chances for Barca. This probably the best one, as Marc Casado sent it wide off of the cross by Gerard Martin, the Masia connection here. Pau Victor with the high press and the recovery, setting up Lewandowski, who could have made a hat-trick, but the ball went over the crossbar. And the final result, 2-1, a first win for Hansi Flick, who I'm sure will, as we hear him interviewed by Marc Brau later and in the press conference, will say there's a lot to improve, but I think he can be satisfied with that first performance by his team.
Yeah, I think he can. I mean, look, the players we have been playing, I expect like in 2 months we probably are not seeing all the players we have seen today in a starting lineup. In Mestalla, it's a really difficult stadium to play and to take points from, so I think he has to be happy with that. And I have like one sentence of Hansi Flick stuck in my head, like it was against Real Madrid in the preseason in El Clásico. He goes, after winning Real Madrid in the preseason, he goes like, but we didn't pressure 90 minutes. I'm not happy about that. So I think he can be happy with what he wants and what we have seen today.
Well, we'll see what he says today. While we wait for more reactions, I think it's a good time now to do our man of the match votes. Irati, do you want to start?
Okay.
I might have to interrupt you if Marc Brau has a protagonist there, has a player with him, but yeah, go for it.
I gave 3 points. Do I have 3 or I start with the 1? Or
Start however you like.
Okay, I gave 3 points to Marc Casado because I think he was outstanding. He was the best player on the field. He was taking always the right decision. He almost scored twice, and he had good connection with the players up front, also like controlling the midfielder for Barça. So I think it was a good way to start with the first team. Then, if I'm not mistaken, I gave 2 points to Robert Lewandowski because he gave us those 3 points with the 2 goals, and I think he was his performance was great. And then 1 point for Pedri because I felt the team changed with the entrance of Pedri, and hopefully that's the beginning of a good season for him.
So 3 points for Casado, 2 for Lewandowski, 1 for Pedri. The graphic will come up in a minute. In the meantime, Spence, you go with yours.
Yeah, I will also say 3 points for Marc Casado. I couldn't agree more. He was just nearly untouchable today. I think he maybe made 1 mistake or 2 mistakes at the most and lost 1 ball throughout this game. And it's a very similar parallel to about, I don't remember how many years ago now it was, I'm losing track. It was like 2.5 years ago or so when Gavi came out. And we all gave Gavi 3, and we had never seen him play before. I mean, it was one of the first games he had played, and we go, wow, look at this guy. Same for Casado. 2 for, well, that's not right because I had 2 for Lewandowski, but that's okay, not a big deal. He scored 2 goals. He was important today for Barça, and I did give 1 to Rafinha.
I think they might be switched because that's my those were my votes. 3 for Casado, 2 for Pedri, 1 for Rafinha, who I thought was very active. He created opportunities for Barca. I think he's a player who Flick is gonna use quite a bit. Speaking of Hansi Flick, let's go straight to Marc Brau, who's standing next to Barca's head coach.
Yeah. To talk with Hansi Flick, but we have to say that we have to wait a little bit because he's talking right now with Steve McManaman. Do you remember that former Barça, Real Madrid and Liverpool player? I remember a lot that goal that he scored in 2002 in Spotify Camp Nou in that semi-finals of UEFA Champions League. So they are talking right now, Steve McManaman with Hansi Flick, and just in a few seconds we will be with FC Barcelona coach just to analyze what happened in tonight's game. So now we are here with FC Barcelona coach with Hansi Flick, who start with a win. The Hansi Flick era starts with a win, and this is my first question, Hansi, coach. So how important is for the team? But of course, we will have time to analyze what happened all in the pitch. But what are the first feeling that you have after this victory?
No, after 90 minutes or 96 minutes, it was very important. So I before the match I said, okay, we have to accept the fight. What will be today, because the atmosphere is unbelievable in the stadium, and also Valencia did really good. They played direct in the offense, and we had many problems in the first half. And I think in the second half we made it much better. So we are really happy with these 3 points.
The last question, coach, it's very similar as all the questions that we had in the preseason, but you talk about the young players, but it's not the same the preseason as an official game today. 3 more debutants, Marc Bernal, Gerard Martin and Pau Victor. Lewandowski said here that how important is the balance between the experienced player and the young player. So what do you think about this mix weeks, and if the first game like today, it can be the way that you have to follow in the next days, especially the next matches.
Yeah, you can see our team is so we have many injured players, so I hopefully they come back very soon. So we have to accept that, and I think the players they in America in the preseason from La Liga from La Masia, they did really well. They increased a lot, so now today you also see it. Was really good to see how they act on the pitch at this situation, with pressure from the stands, and also the first match from Marc Bernal, and he made it really good.
Thank you, congrats.
Thank you very much.
The first of a lot, we hope to. We are talking with Hansi Flick, who said how happy he is. Of course, he wants to analyze a lot of things after this game, but he said, as we listened, that how important it is for the young players to play in that kind of games with this atmosphere. Of course, there are a lot of things to improve, but Hansi Flick is very happy to start his career at Barça with a win.
Thank you very much, Marc. Before you go, can you give us your man of the match votes, and then we'll wrap it up?
Yeah, I sent it to Jordi, just backcourt, but I don't know if I remember what I said, but I will give 3 points to Robert Lewandowski, of course, because he scored twice. He reached the 60 goals with Barça in only 2 seasons and 1 game, and I think it's very important. The goal he scored at the end of the first half, and of course the way that he shot the penalty, and maybe the best penalty goal that he scored with Barça. I will give 2 points to Pau Cubarsí, because of course Pau Cubarsí here in Barça said that he's not as important as I said, but I think that action, saving the goal in the line before the goal of equalize the game in the first half, is very important. And 1 point to Marc Casado. I was fighting between Casado and Pau Cubarsí for the second position, but 1 point is to Marc Casado. 3rd game in La Liga, first time in the lineup, and I think it was very, very incredible game played by Marc Casado. He was very close to score his first goals with Barça. So this is my votes. And Robert, we have to say that we will go today to Barcelona. We will have a long winter rest, but as Robert Lewandowski said, in the next 10 days, Barça will play 3 games, so we have to take some forces just to prepare to these games.
Yeah, exactly. Just take these 3 points, rest, prepare for the next one. Right, thank you very much, Marc. Shall we recap what we were saying with man of the match? I think we've corrected yours. Jordi, which one do you want to go to now? Because we've just shown Marc Brau. Tell me which one we're going to. Irati, Spence, or me? Me. Okay, I'm doing my man of the match votes. I went with 3 for Casado. I thought he had an excellent first start ever in La Liga. He was everywhere. He came close to scoring twice. So unlucky there. And he just had a masterful performance there in midfield. And there's a lot of space to grow there. I thought Pedri changed the game when he came on in the second half. He gave Barca some poise. He gave them creativity. He had clear ideas when Barca had to push forward or when he had to maintain the ball. I thought Rafinha had an excellent performance as well. 1 point for him. Spence, let's see if we get yours now.
Yeah, not much different from what I was saying before in that Casado.
No, I just wanted to correct it with the right graphic.
Yeah, and that Casado is the man of the match for sure in this game, and Lewandowski is a close second because of what he was able to do. And the one for me could have gone to just about anybody. I thought there were a lot of other players who played well today and a lot to improve on.
And Irati, just a refresher on yours.
Yeah, I gave 3 to Casado, as all of us, I think, right? 2 for Lewandowski and 1 for Pedri.
Right, so our man of the match, if I'm not mistaken, with a total of 10 points.
One of the 3 marks.
10. Marc Casado.
3,
3, 3, and 1.
Yeah, he gave him 1, not 2.
And followed closely by Robert Lewandowski. So congratulations for Marc Casado. We congratulate him. Right, Hansi Flick. Hansi Flick with his first official game at Football Club Barcelona. We saw some calm reactions, I think, on the sidelines there. Not like too. It wasn't an over-exaggerated game that he had from the sidelines there. I thought he made an impact with his substitutions, and he managed to get the team to perform better in the second half after, a bit of so-and-so first half.
Yeah, I agree, like with the changes, but I stick with what I said. Like we have seen this game many times around the last 2-3 seasons, and this kind of game, Barca ended up defending in their own box. And I think the importance of ending the games like attacking or at least pressing in the other field is something that has changed with Hansi Flick, and I think it's really important, and that might bring a lot of good vibes around the season. And yeah, of course, like some of the changes he introduced, it was because of injury, but the others, I think they made an impact today.
Well, maybe the second goal celebration was a bit subdued, but that one was, well, I mean, the equalizer in the first half, he celebrated with a fist pump there. Right, Hansi Flick is in the press room, so let's go and listen to that press conference. Let's hear what he has to say to the media.
En anglès, sense traducció, començarem. Mireia, si us plau.
Hi, Hansi.
Hello.
We've seen Marc Bernal as the holding midfielder, also Caçador, but you had both Christensen and Eric on the bench. Who has the highest options to end up being the starting holding midfielder? Caçador, Bernal, Eric, Christensen. Was this one your last test?
No, it's not a test. It was a very important match for us. So also to start with 3 points in the season, it's really good, and also the team, I think they deserved it because of the second half. But at the end, it's like we had a pre-season. It was not so easy because many players came from the Euro, from Olympic Games, and but I have to say the young players from La Masia, they really did it well in the pre-season, also today. And this is the point. They increase a lot. So the 6 weeks we trained with them, and they deserved it today to play.
Marta.
Hola, míster, aquí al darrere. Marta Ramon, en directe a RAC1. Et vull preguntar per una persona que avui no és aquí, un jugador que no ha viatjat, que és Gundogan, que s'ha quedat a Barcelona. Pots assegurar que es quedarà a l'equip aquesta temporada?
Is he part of the team this season? Is he part of your plans?
Barcelona, have you talked to him about his future, and can you assure that he will be in the team this season?
Yes, it was today was like, you know, on Monday he had the cut here, and he has some problems with that because so we take the decision to leave him at home. And it's true, I spoke with him, and yeah, I spoke just to know how we feel here, I know him very well. I really appreciate about what he is, what kind of player he is, and also as a person. We spoke about everything, but it's not for you, it's just for us. And so I have the feeling that he will stay. Elena.
Hi, Hansi, here.
Hello.
Elena Condis, Cadena Cope. Lamine Yamal has been cheered by the stadium, by Mestalla. What do you think about this reaction and about Lamine Yamal? Thank you.
No, Lamine is a fantastic player. So he's very important for us. I think today it's a lot of things we have to do better. But it's the beginning of the season, so it's also have something to do with with the confidence we have and we have to create. And with these 3 points, I think it's much better than for us. I can see it also in the dressing room. Everyone knows that. We know it today that it's a big fight. You know, the stadium, the fans, and also Valencia did it really well. But we fight and we accept that. And there was a high intense match. And at the end, I think we deserve these 3 points.
Adrià.
Hola, mister. Adrià Albets, en directo para el Carrusel Deportivo de la cadena SER. I would like to know why did you choose Rafinha to play today behind Robert Lewandowski in different position, and if you see also Lamine Yamal playing on this position?
No, this is also an option. Could be. No? I think both Lamine and Rafa can play many positions in front, and at the moment it's also for us necessary that we also find solutions for positions. And so when we did like in the second half, then I'm fine with that. And so this is what we are focused for the next week. So we have a whole week to prepare well for the next match, and it will be also a tough game. But we have with 3 points. I think it's good to go to the next step. Paul.
Sí, hi. Hola, Hansi, Paul Ballur for The Athletic. I wanted to ask you, because like 8 out of the 16 players that you used in the game were from La Masia, or have played in La Masia. I don't know how you assess that, and if that sort of changes your plans ahead of the week remaining of the transfer window.
It's like how many?
8 out of the 16 players that like you used in this game.
I don't care about that, you know. I don't care about that. Is a player from La Masia? This is what I spoke about also in the preseason. It's really, yeah, it's great to have this player here and with this quality. And you can see today what the players are doing. So yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, to have this and helps us a lot in this yeah, in the beginning of the season.
Última pregunta.
Hi, Mr. Flick here, Nacho Sanchez de Relevo. Just to insist about what my partner asked you before, about the fact that here with plenty of fans from Valencia here in Mestalla cheer up Lamine Yamal, how do you think about that? Because it's not very normal that here in Spain the opposite fans to cheer a player when he leaves the pitch. Thanks.
No, but Lamine is a great player, and I think everyone loves to see him playing football, and I think this is the success of him, and why all the, yeah, you can say all the world likes him to see him playing football.
Gracias, bona nit.
Okay, bona nit.
There you go, bona nit, and Hansi Flick, a happy and pleased Hansi Flick, I would say. Although he's always sort of cautious with his message as well, just not too happy, not too down on himself. Always just very calm, I would say.
We're gonna love these press conferences this year because
they're gonna be short.
That little language barrier is also helpful because he doesn't have to give away a ton of information. And when somebody asks him, "Can Lamine play behind Lewandowski?" He's like, "Well, I mean, yeah, he could.
It's
Sure,
an
I guess."
Yeah, definitely. The one quote I thought was very accurate was this game was a fight. This game was an absolute fight. It was an intense atmosphere, and the team, just it was a bit of a grind, wasn't it, during stretches that game. So it's a positive that Barca got that done on the first day. Now, next week we're able to play at home against another tough side.
Another grind.
Yeah.
Another grind. Athletic Club, a very well-worked team, a team with several threats, one of them of course being Nico Williams. You've got the Sanchez, you've got Iñaki Williams as well, so they're going to be a tough nut to crack as well. But I'd say all in all, solid and mature performance from Barca today, and one that improved as the game went on. Second half was better than the first.
Yeah, and that's something to look ahead, that Athletic Club game, because probably for sure Pedri will train for one other week, so we will be maybe an option to start against Athletic Club in Estadio Olympique de Montjuic. So I think there's many good positive things you can look after this second half, and of course I think Hansi Flick was happy because it was a fight. And one quote I want to take from that press conference is I don't care if they are from La Masia, if they are good and they are here, it's good.
That was the other thing I wanted to talk about.
That was the quote that hit it for me, in that it's easy for journalists, no matter what country they're from, to try and bait managers into questions, and Hansi, clearly he's a no-nonsense guy. He's not taking any of that bait, and for as many of the things as Xavi did well, he sometimes took questions personally, and responded to them in a personal manner, and Hansi's just thinking, no, you know what? Your question doesn't matter to me.
No, the question was, does having 8 players from La Masia today and seeing how they performed alter your plans in the transfer window. He didn't take the bait there. He just said, hey, look, I don't care if they're La Masia players or if they're Norwegian players.
Yeah.
They are first-team players to me, and they are players who I can now put on the pitch and know that I can trust. Today he did so. 8 out of 16 came from La Masia or played for Barça B, like in the case of Pau Victor, for example. So just fantastic news for Barça there, that Hansi Flick has got all those different options, and there will be players coming back in the near future. Your Frankie de Jongs, your Gavis, your Araujos, your Fermin, of course, will be available next week after that extra week that Barça gave him of holidays. Lamine Yamal will probably be performing better after a full week of training, and we can just grow from here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, well, this is the... we're coming towards the end of the show. Just final actions of those highlights with the Lewandowski opportunity, which could have made it a hat-trick off of the Pau Victor assist. And Hansi Flick, a satisfied man after securing the first 3 points of the season for Barça in a tough stadium, as is Mestalla. Irati Vidal, Spencer Siegel, thanks for joining. I'm seeing you both next week, right?
I will be
Yeah,
here.
I will be here also.
Next Saturday, Barça Athletic Club. We'll look forward to it. See you guys next week. And thank you all on Barça One and Barça's YouTube channel for watching. We will be here next week for that, well, I'm sure it will be an exciting game between Barça and Athletic Club. Valencia 1, Barça 2, first 3 points of the season are in the bag. Good night and Visca Barça.